Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
Yo, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is devastating, man. This is absolutely devastating. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of reports are conflicting. Like, say, is it real? Is he really dead? Yeah, he's apparently him and oh, is it 1 minute? Lee Simmons. Yo, what's up, man? What's up, blogger? We're live right now. Yeah, I'm live right now. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link right now. Yeah, you can jump on. Yeah. All right, and I'll see you in a sec. All right, see you in a bit. Bye. Bye. Madness. I can't believe it. Like, just got the news just now. He died along with 4 others. I'm gonna start getting the as much information as possible. Kobe Bryant, the legend, has died in a helicopter. It's like, how are you gonna? This is the what? Like, just hit me on just like that. This shocking. How's people supposed to actually digest that? You know what I mean? I can't believe it. Like I said, I'm gonna try and get all the information possible, and so we can be informed. But it's everywhere, man. It should be. If you don't know already, man, Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter incident, a helicopter crash, man. So we need to know more information how the crash happened. Kobe Bryant, Los Angeles Lakers star. You know what I mean? Is so devastating, and it's just sad. You know what I mean? Like, boy, what can you say? Who's the fault? What happened? How? Oh, mate. Oh, man, this was devastating. You just these are the sort of things you're not ready for at all, man. You're not ready in no shape or form ready for something like this. Yeah, his daughter, exactly. Did his daughter die? No, I don't think his daughter died. I don't think his daughter died. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, I don't think his daughter's died. So just trying to get as much information possible, you know what I mean, before we jump to conclusions and stuff like that. But this is absolutely devastating. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if I watch basketball regularly, and even if you watch basketball, it doesn't matter. Like, people know who Kobe Bryant, it's like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson. Kobe he only retired not too long ago. I don't know if he got inducted into Hall of Fame. I'm not too sure. Nah, I don't think he hasn't been inducted yet. But he's been so busy. He actually won an Academy Award for movies. His life is just started. His life practically just started, man. You know what I mean? His daughter is doing well in basketball. You know, LeBron James has come to Los Angeles. You know, they're on course to try and win a championship. You know, it's just so many things here. But like, this one here is a killer. Absolutely devastating, man. This devastating. Like I said, I'm gonna try and get as much information possible. All right. So we've got here, man. Everywhere. TMZ, yeah. He died in California, according to a plane crash. Can't believe it. Let me hear what they said.
News has confirmed with the city manager of Calabasas, California, that Kobe Bryant, one of the biggest names in the NBA, has unfortunately perished in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. Of course, we're going to have much more on all of this and the life of Kobe Bryant, remembering him. All of that will be ahead tonight on NBC Nightly News. We
Can't believe it.
Reporters heading to the field as well to get the latest information on what exactly happened to
Yeah.
bring down that helicopter, as you see the shot there.
Oh, man.
For now, I'm Kate Snow at NBC News in New York, and I will turn it
Wow.
over for most of you. You'll go back to sports coverage on the NBC.
No. We ain't trying to hear nothing else, boy. That's all we want to know. So what happened? How did it happen? You know what I mean? It's just they got the plane crash. The smoke. It's horrible. Horrible. Devastating stuff, man. This is very, very. You know, there's been a lot of deaths, yeah. There's been a lot of deaths. Quite a few people died this year, but this one is a killer. Man's in his prime. Man's in his prime of his life, man. you know what I mean? He's just retired. He's got more time to spend with his wife, more time to spend with his kids. You know, Rocky Marciano had a plane, I think it was a helicopter or plane incident as well. Sounds similar, man. Yeah, everyone's just said, I can't believe it. This is a devastating thing to hear. It does this. It's devastating, man. Yeah, as we go on, I got guys in the chat. Let me see if the guys is there. Here we go, blogger. Here we go. Yo, what's up, man? Blogger. Yo, Simmons. Yeah. So you're live, man.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah.
UK blogger.
Do you know what? Yeah, this is such a shame, right? Maybe finally, I think Kobe just recently, man, has been getting really overlooked in that greatest of all time players, man. When he's easily top 5, easy, man, and he's debatable.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll be honest with you. All that stuff doesn't matter right now, man. I want to just know more information about what happened. How did the plane? Where was he going? You know, like the Hall of Fame and stuff. Yeah, like where is he's a legend. Like Kobe's one of the best ever. Nah, I know, but really,
my point is it's gonna take a tragic.
He's gonna what? What's that?
For him to get his respect.
Say again.
For him to get his true respect now,
your volume keeps going in and out. You know. Yeah.
Right,
are you on your phone?
No, it's my earphones. I'll go and get a different one, man. Sorry. Mute me a sec. I'll be back.
All right, cool. No worries. All right. Yeah. Okay. Calabasas. I've never heard of that place before, but obviously, absolutely devastating. Yeah. You want it to not to you don't want to believe that stuff, man. That stuff you just don't want to believe. Tell ya. Yeah, people naturally couldn't concern for his daughter and his well-being of his daughter. Yeah, crying, man. I'm telling you, man. It's just horrible. Nah, we're not lying. Nah, this is true, man. Yeah, it's everywhere right now, man. You see, if you go and think, you can see the plane crash. The helicopter crash. And, you know, I'm trying to get as much news as possible, my friend, and the SSB 28. You know what I mean? His wife, he's got 4 daughters. Yeah, it's long. One of the greatest ever, like. But you see, the thing is, yeah, it's just like now at this point now, we just want to get as much information possible about what happened, yeah. And then you know what I'm trying to say, and then this is just devastating, bro. It's devastating. Wow. This is absolutely devastating, man. All the accolades, 5-time MVP, all that, man. I never stepped foot, in a helicopter. I've never been in a helicopter. Former Chelsea owner Matthew Hardy and his former Chelsea City owner, is it? Leicester City owned, and now Kobe Bryant. Oh, they died in a helicopter. Helicopters are dangerous, man. Fuck, they're dangerous, bro. But I think everything's dangerous, to be fair. You know, you could be in a car, you could die in a car. Cars are dangerous. They're dangerous as well. Just one mistake and next, you know, you're smashed in a car. Yeah, he died in a plane. Rocky Marciano was a plane, innit? Yeah. Yeah, everyone's his thoughts and go out to for his kids and stuff, man. There you go. Let me see if you sound better now. Messed up, man. Nah, please tell me his kids were in. That's what people want to find out. Who was in there? Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Hear me better, yeah.
Hear you now, clear. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Before we went live, we were talking about how dangerous helicopters can be, man. Even that. Yeah, we were. The Leicester City owner as well. He died as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Mate, if I was rich enough to travel around in a helicopter, I wouldn't do it, bro.
Well, to be fair, like you could just die in anything, innit? You could have a plane, and it's just anything. It's just sometimes it's just things, innit? Heartbreak news, yeah. Rest in peace to young legend. Exactly, man. No, but the thing, I'm honest with you, it's more to do with like Where was he going? Why was he in a plane? And like, I can understand he was probably going from one pick to the other. It's quicker to go by a helicopter. He's probably done it million times, right? Horrible. Just horrible. Absolutely horrible, man. Yeah, look, people, if you haven't found out, Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter incident. Yeah, yo, EJ, the rumors, Rick Foss was, really? Rick Foss was in the plane as well? I can't confirm it, but what I'm hearing, like Rick Fox as well. Oh, man, dear. That's just, let's doubling it up, man. It's doubling it up. I gotta find out news, man. It's long. That's long, man. Bro, yeah. Everyone, let me see this. Yo, it's long. That's long. This is the worst thing you want to hear, bro. The worst ever. This is like devastating.
Eastern time today on a Sunday. Mike, what will happen now? Are you hearing yet from any other giants in the world of basketball or sports? I assume there'll be an outpouring of grief.
There will be, Kate, as is the case in 2020. This news often transfers around the country much quicker than it used to because of social media, and just seeing the reports and comments of some on social media, it's complete devastation emotionally for so many people who were inspired by Kobe. And undoubtedly, as you watch not just NBA games, but I think games in any sport over the next 4, 5, 6 days, you will see emotional tributes. You'll see Kobe's number, either number 8 or 24. He wore both in his career. You'll see them on sneakers. You'll see players wearing them if they can. You'll see displays of emotion and signs, and of course, moments of silence. And I think not just in the NBA or college basketball, but sports all over the country as we go through the next few weeks. And certainly the sports world will be in mourning because at age 41, Kobe had so many things.
Yeah, man.
Part of his life, including being a dad.
Yeah, man.
Well.
This has got so much things going on.
Will you stay with us on the phone if you don't mind? I want to go to some sound that we've just been able to turn around. This will be sound you'll hear from LA County's fire department, their public information officers.
It's nuts.
What happened to this helicopter?
All right, let me get some.
Still early on in this incident, we received a call just before 10 a.m. this morning, LA County Fire Dispatch, of an aircraft down here in the Malibu area right off of Las Virgenes, essentially Calabasas, right off the Las Virgenes Road here. And apparently some folks were out here mountain biking this morning and saw an aircraft in distress that went down into the hillside. This was a helicopter. It's been confirmed that it was an S-76 Sikorsky helicopter, and unfortunately there were no survivors.
Again, we're here at NBC News in New York. I'm Kate Snow, and we're reporting on the tragedy.
Horrible, man.
Kobe Bryant killed in a helicopter crash along with 4 other passengers. We don't yet know who those.
Yeah, we need to know. Yeah.
Were. I want to go back one last time to Mike Tirico before we go back to sports. Mike, of course, is our sports anchor. Mike, this is a person who, to me, seemed like a mentor to others.
Yeah.
To really
Good dude.
care about the future of the sport.
Yeah, he did.
Kate, that was definitely part of the final chapter of Kobe Bryant as a player and then emerging into as a businessman over time here. There were times, go back to when he and Shaquille O'Neal, in the year after Michael Jordan won 6 titles in 8 years.
Crazy.
The next 3 years were dominated, a 1-year space in between, by 3 consecutive titles with Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. And a lot of the story was after that, could they get along together, and that they were maybe too big for each other. And in a later chapter, as Kobe won another title after that, 2 more titles after that, in 2009 and 2010, I think after that, you started to see Kobe become more of a mentor to some of the players he was around, to the star players in the league. And certainly in this business venture that was the end of his career and post,
it's crazy.
Kobe was trying to help his people who touched him really as a platform to tell their story and to do good storytelling. He was involved in some media projects as well. I was very much
Right.
involved in the next chapter.
Mike, there were a couple of films, Dear Basketball and Kobe Bryant's Muse. I believe he won awards for at least some of that work.
Academy Awards,
so that was part of his latest chapter.
That is correct.
Messed up. Messed up, man. I'm telling you. Damn, man.
Incredible connection to the game, where that passion derived from that we saw on the basketball floor.
Can't believe it.
Mike Tirico, thank you for walking us through the pain today. Such a horrible thing to share with America. I appreciate you being with us.
It's horrible.
See you again, probably on Nightly News this evening.
It's absolutely horrible.
Just to recap for those who are just joining us, NBC News has confirmed with the county manager of Calabasas, California, that Kobe Bryant, one of the biggest names in the NBA, has unfortunately perished in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. Of course, we're going to have much more on all of this.
Horrible.
Kobe Bryant, remembering him, all of that will be ahead tonight on NBC Nightly News.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
To get the latest information on what exactly happened to bring down that helicopter, as you see this shot there in Calabasas. For now, in Kate Snow at NBC News in New York, and I will turn it back over for most of you.
Oh, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible, man. It's devastating. The most devastating. I mean, we're still trying to find out who the other people were in the helicopter. Just absolutely devastating. Horrible. Just devastating, man. Man, there's so much life to give, yeah, in life. Just it was more than a basketball player. He was into so many things, innit? I'm not like everyone. It's just. Nah. Just I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was in the night. I was like, nah, it's lies. Something. What's getting on? This is not true. Can't be. The blogger, you're in. Blogger, you're back. This can't be true. Can't be. And it's just, man. Yeah, they're saying it's Rick Fox. That's what I'm hearing. I did get a video on it. Yeah, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Yeah, people. Yeah, it's hard, man. Know what I mean? I mean, the only reason I just do it, I'm just dealing. I'm dealing. This is my coping mechanism going live. You know what I mean? At least you guys are helping me. Like we can talk about it and we can share and you know, obviously say our views and get our views out there, man. Because other than that, I mean, so this is one thing that social media is really good at, that people can get things off their chest, man. They can say what's on their chest, and you know what I mean. Rest in peace, his daughter. Yeah, God bless. People can say, you know what I mean. That's what it's about. You know? Yeah. Yeah. It's breaking, boy. Absolutely just heartbreaking, I'm telling you. I was reading your comments as we go down, man. They need to cancel all the games. I don't know if are they going to cancel the games, or the game's going to go ahead? That's a good point. Are they going to play ahead? Maybe some parts in America hasn't got it yet. Maybe some of the games have commenced at the same time. I mean, if that goes off in halftime, that you know, Kobe Bryant, that how's the players? Could you play? Could you even play after that? Like, you know what I mean? Kobe's a legend to many. I don't think at this time, yeah, where people actually pay respects to Kobe when he was alive, it's just like they'll pay like people. Kobe will get his just due that he deserved, right? They're always on this thing about Michael, Kobe, backwards and forwards. Like Kobe is a legend. Like when he came into the game, yeah, him and Iverson, that whole Steve Nash, all them guys there, they were just ripping it, man. They came in with their own swagger, their own style, first in slam dunk competition, right? You go into the playoffs against the Utah Jazz, and imagine your first like season, you go into the Western Conference Finals against Utah. You know what I'm saying? That's Kobe. His benchmark is the best. Always trying to be always the best, man. there is a conflict of report whether his daughter was on board with Kobe. Hope not. Let's hold off the saying until it get confirmed. Yeah, well, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. That's Michael from PS from Pound for Pound Boxing Report. Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. But that's what they're waiting, or maybe they do know, right? That well, I don't know. That comes over. That's horrible as well. Everything's horrible. Everything's just devastating, man. Show the video. Nah, I can't show the video. I'm not gonna show the video, bro. I'm not gonna show the video. His daughter died? No, no, hope not. Hope not. There's 7 games on tonight. Yeah, it's definitely sad. That's sad, man. I'm saying we're just sharing the news as it goes along. So that's what we're gonna do here. Nipsey Hussle is another big Los Angeles legend. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle. Absolutely devastating. So we're still trying to find out like which other Kobe Bryant's a 5-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals, 1 MVP, 1 MVP, so MVP of the league. He should have probably got more than them. 18 All-Star appearances. That's amazing. 4 All-Stars MVP, 2 times scoring championship, 11 All-Star All NBA first team. 11. This guy's yo, bro. And like it's just like Kobe, like what? You know what I'm saying? Good gosh. This life, yeah, it just hits you with curveballs, man. Trust me, just when you think you know it all, yeah, just doing your own thing, and this one hits, it's like, boy. It's been, like I said, there's been many deaths. The guy Witherspoon, the one who plays in Friday, the old guy, Pops, died, and everyone just paid their respect, yeah. But like the guy lived his life. Kobe's life just starting, man. It's just people start living at the age of 40, man. You just start living. There's no good time to die, but boy, this here, just the way, horrible. Gosh, man. Our thoughts and prayers go out to this family, of course. His young daughter, and just everyone who ever knew him. Kobe touched so many people when he played the game of basketball. The comparisons to Michael Jordan, the MVP to him back and forth with Shaq. Listen, so many memories, man. The first time I saw Kobe, I think it was when it was when they talked about him coming in when he got traded from Charlotte to the Rangers for Gladdy Divac, right? And then coming to league, first time I saw him was like 97. Was it 97 or 96? I think it's 97. 96, I think it was. And then, him, Derek Fisher, that whole young nucleus there, Byron Scott, they were all this young team. Shaq came the same year. Shaq got traded into the Lakers the same year. Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Rick Fox came later on, Robert Horry. Then Phil Jackson came, and then just put it together, and the championship started rolling, boy. Triple, was it 3-peat? 3-peat straight off the bat, right? What can you say, man? What can you say to this boy? Man, I tell you, boy. I'll just keep reading. You guys keep giving your condolences, and I'll just, it's messed up, man. Jake Miner, 100% messed up. It is. It's just messed up. Spencer Fearon. Yo, Spencer, we're live right now, yeah? Spencer. Yo, Spencer. Yeah, we're live right now. Yeah, man. I'm just giving my condolences, man. Go.
Yeah, man, it's a madness. You know what? I was just driving, because I was going to picture my daughter and I dropped her back home.
Yeah.
I'm driving back now, and then my cousin sent it to me first, and then I looked, never WhatsApp, it was you. And I just rang my missus because, like, when we was in Dubai for New Year's, you could hire a helicopter to take us to the venue.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just jump in a helicopter.
Yeah.
In Dubai, you can get a helicopter on Uber.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, yeah, let's take a helicopter. And I thought, like, I said, they'll fund that because with helicopter, there's no backup on a helicopter. So if a helicopter goes wrong with you, you're dead.
Is it?
Yeah. There's no backup on anything. Anything go wrong with a helicopter, you're dead, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean? No support engine or nothing. A helicopter, you're dead.
So that's more or less. I mean, news. There's the other people in the thing. I don't know. Some people expected it might be his daughter in there. We're still trying to get more news on it. But that's what. And obviously, we always talk boxing. But what's your memories of Kobe Bryant?
This was a great player, man. Seriously, I remember. Who was it? I can't remember the name of the player, but the player was saying, like, you see, like, on this display of a man for hard work, dedication.
Yeah.
It's like hard. It's hard work in any area, any arena, any sport, anything in life. But like the guy said, like he was out practicing, yeah. We had to go practice. Yeah, I mean, he did his practice. They play the game. Next day, they go to the court. Yeah. Kobe Bryant's there in a bucket of sweat. Must have been there practicing from day dot. So he was a man that went to that extra mile and do the extra mile, and hence why. He would get the stats that he got, especially like when he was at the Lakers, he was tearing out there. So all those kind of things, when you go look on what he's done or the things that he's accomplished, it's truly amazing. It's a great loss. It's a great loss. It's sad, but boy, these helicopters, man, forget that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, but Rocky Marciano died in a plane crash, and you could probably die in a car crash. We could say as much as like. I think it's when it's your time, no? I mean,
It is when it's your time. But look at the football manager man that did the other day.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. Yeah, they were saying he died in a helicopter. Yeah.
Right. So you see all that kind of thing. I said, boy, you know what? Out of the helicopter talk, man. But regardless of that, it is no doubt. I agree with you. Like when it is your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Groundhog Day. I mean, no matter what. You've seen that film, yeah? It's a wicked movie, man.
Yeah, I see that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, and like, as much as you're trying to keep this old boy alive, no matter what he did, man, when it's your time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I say it. When it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And the minuses that we come into this world on a number, we're going to go out on a number. And everything is numeric. So, it's like, my heart goes out to his family and that. He's an incredible player. But, boy, just a madness, man. I've got to go ring Ron McIntosh right now because I know Ron McIntosh don't run to phone.
Oh yeah, Ron the tall guy. Yeah, he played in the NBA. He played in the NBA, didn't he?
Yeah. He did in America, so he can break down everything. Yeah, man, I'm gonna phone him now. I'll call you back.
All right, yeah.
Sad loss, man. Sad loss.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, man. That's thanks, Spencer. Peace. So Spencer Fearon does a podcast with Tunde Adio. Yeah, but look, man. This is you guys keep pouring in your condolences, and I'll keep putting them on the screen and keep sharing that, man. Yeah, that was the knowledge. I'm telling you, man. It's they see certain things in life, happen, and it just rocks you to the core. Like you see all these little petty things we do in life, and we think is big and stuff like that. And this one just kills you, man. Like guys in his prime, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna lie, as I'm talking, I've got a lump in my throat, in it. Like so I've got, you know what I'm saying. It's just horrible. It's like, boy, it's just like, you feel like a cloud has just hit you right over the top of you, and it's just right on your back now. It's horrible, it's sad news, bro. It's sad news, man. You know what I'm saying? The only way it's keeping me sane is like talking to you guys right now, helping me out, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's devastating. I play basketball. When I was playing basketball, got into basketball deep around the time Kobe was doing his thing, even though I was like, I was good at athletics. I got into basketball, and through basketball, my first championship where I won with my guys was in 2000. The same year Kobe won their championship. It wasn't the same, obviously, as high, but it was the same year. It was in 2000 when they beat I think they beat Indiana. I think they won their first championship against, is it Indiana? Yeah, I think it was Indiana Pacers. It's now it's kind of jumped in. Yo, what's up now?
Hey, it was good.
Yeah, man. Just dealing with this, trying to deal with this thing here, man. Give it,
really tragic, really tragic. This is like the biggest mourning day in Los Angeles in a long time, if not ever, man. Like this thing. You can't underestimate, you can't understate what Kobe Bryant meant to Los Angeles, man. This city, this county, SoCal altogether, Southern California. Kobe was the man. There was no star bigger than Kobe. Nobody. Name a star that you think is bigger than Kobe here. They weren't. He trumped everybody out here. Everybody. Like 10 years ago to to between 10 and 15 years ago, he was the man. You couldn't say a bad word about Kobe without somebody pretty much ready to fight you.
Yeah. I mean, when LeBron came over, people, you know what I'm saying, they put poster of LeBron and the King, and people went on it. They took down that mural of LeBron James. I think at this point, as things goes on, I think it's
well, a lot of that had to do with a lot of people feeling, and myself included in that the media was trying to create some sort of issue whereby they were overstating and trying to overhype LeBron's abilities and his legacy, and brushing Kobe aside because Kobe was retired, was either older or retiring by that point in time. And that bothered a lot of us because it's you can't brush aside what he did, what he meant to the city, what he meant to his team, what he meant to basketball fans, even if you weren't even necessarily a Lakers fan or a Kobe Bryant fan. Even people that didn't really care for Kobe, especially some of the people that took Shaq's side in that whole rivalry between them that kind of broke up the Lakers to a certain degree. A lot of at the very least, they had a great deal of respect for Kobe as a player, even if they didn't necessarily like how that went down and were taking, Shaquille O'Neal's side of the argument. But those people were very few and far between. If you being here at the time that happened, almost everybody was rolling with Kobe. People were rolling with Kobe. He was the man, I'm too young to Magic Johnson's prime and all that was before my time. He was retired. By the time I came into consciousness and stuff like that, it's a matter of, but when I would hear my elders and uncles and stuff like that talk about how great Magic was or how great Kareem was or things like that, my grandparents, how great the past Lakers were and everything, that's what we saw in Kobe. That's what we saw in Kobe, because he was just bad. He was the baddest man in the Lakers. He was the baddest man on the planet, so to speak. In basketball, in basketball terms, he was a clutch scorer. He could bring the team back from the brink of defeat. And he was the man. He was the one that you wanted. It's like that old saying, I remember people used to say it about when they would compare Magic and Bird. Magic's the one you want to take a shot when the game is on the line. Larry's the one you want to take a shot when your life is on the line. That's how people felt about Kobe. He's the one that you'd want. If your life was on the line and he had to hit a shot for you not to die, you wanted Kobe on that line shooting that shot, because he was going to find a way to make it.
100%.
And not only that, but I mean, even off the court, he was a great, great person for the community. He did a lot, and he gave a lot of inspiration to a lot of people out here. He wasn't even from here, but it's like what Rakim once said. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. And where he was at, he made the most of it, and he repped this city like he was a native. And he became a native, and he became the most beloved persona here. Even I'm going out on a limb here, and this is no disrespect or no shade thrown to Michael Jackson, but honestly, I'd say that this death probably hits even harder than Michael Jackson's was here, specifically here. I'm not saying for no place else. I'm sure worldwide, Michael Jackson was a much bigger. You can't replace Michael Jackson. He's maybe possibly the biggest star ever. But I'm talking about Los Angeles, Southern California area, LA, from shoot, like northern San Diego area and through Orange County all the way out to Palm Springs, all the way up to, you know, the Imperial Valley and stuff. Like, yeah, everybody, like, people fucked with Kobe heavy, man. Kobe was the man. Kobe was the man. Like, nobody could touch him. Nobody could touch him. You couldn't name somebody bigger than him. Like, if it was a matter of you know, there was only so much space to get into some like A-list celebrity party, and there was a choice between Kobe and anybody else, it was Kobe. Kobe was getting it. You know, Kobe versus Tom Cruise, Kobe's getting in, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, that's what's up, though, man.
He was the man. Like I had said in the chat earlier, like people, you know, if you said a bad word about Kobe, people be ready to fight you, man. People be ready to fight you out here in some of these places. Some of these places in LA,
but you know the thing is, I think when Kobe, and going back to LeBron,
like little old ladies would be ready to fight you. Like that's how deep it went. You know what I mean? Like they'd be rocking a Kobe jersey ready to throw some hands with you.
Hey, now let me ask you a question. So when they won their first championship in 2000, do you remember that? Was your part of the celebrations?
Yeah.
And
yeah, man, like that was amazing. Like people, I mean, you know, when LA would win championships, like shit would get hectic, you know, just because we're a rowdy bunch out here. You know, that's like, you know, the LA riots didn't happen for no reason. We got a lot of pent up energy, both positive and negative, and sometimes the positive and the negative combine and clash and, you know, do all those things. But it's just one of those things that just shows you, positive or negative, what the Lakers in particular or in general, and what Kobe in particular and his, like, under his charge, what people were moved to do, what people were emotionally and psychologically moved to do, you know, energetic, like people would become energized by what Kobe was capable of, and what, you know, the other players under his charge, like him leading the team, or at the very least co-leading the team, you know, along with Shaq and everything, would be kind of led to do, like, just from just pure inspiration, or just pure, because, you know, it's one of those things, like when you see when he was doing his thing, and he, like, you think you're about to lose and he pulls off the victory, like people would be ready to go, man. They'd be on, you know, they'd be on green light, you know what I mean? It'd be like late at night and shit, 10:30, 11 at night, and like, people be ready to like, they'd be ready to party, they'd be ready to fight, they'd be ready to drink, they'd be ready to street race, they'd be ready for something, you know, they'd be ready for action. And that's just that, like, you can't replace what that level of energy that he was capable of bringing, man. So, you know, I haven't even said it yet on this broadcast or nothing, but, like, rest in peace to the Black Mamba, man. Kobe Bryant is a legend. He is a fucking legend of the sport, a legend, and a bit more than anything, a legend for LA, man. He's gonna have a statue put up of him.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet you sooner rather than later. Like, he was the man. He was like our, you know, Rocky Balboa, you know.
Yeah.
And
man,
huge star, man. Huge star. He was. That's the thing. Like, I honestly, like, I'm on the younger side, you know, but so I don't have as much of a point of reference as people that were able to live through, you know, the primes of other players or other athletes that were big time Angelinos, you know, LA natives and stuff. But from where I stand, athletically, like, I can't see anybody, like, I've personally never experienced anybody being bigger than Kobe Bryant. Nobody.
Good gosh, man. You know, man, that's a tribute to him now, man. Yo, we got over here UK blogger. Go ahead, UK blogger.
Yeah, what's up, man? Do you know what? Yeah, TMZ have just started reporting that his daughter died. I know that's some shady shit to start spreading shit like
serious?
that. But yeah, I just see the TMZ. I went online and had a look.
Well, I know the initial rumors was him and 4 other people. So him, obviously one of obviously the pilot would be one of them, and then the 3 others was unknown as far as I had last checked. Yeah, I'm looking at the new updates right now.
See, well, I found out from TMZ.
One of his daughters. They're saying one of his daughters. Yeah.
They got one of his daughters. Man.
Yeah, his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna Maria.
The one who used to play. The one who played basketball.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes. See, like, even with CNN and all the big news networks earlier on, they had the picture of the crash and that, and they weren't confirming it was Kobe, even though TMZ already said it was, and everywhere else was. But they're being really cautious until they know the exact truth. I think the news companies.
Oh yeah,
So now we're not
they always
seeing it
wait
on
to make
like
sure that
CNN and that.
things are accurate before they report it. You know,
Yeah.
the big news sources. TMZ just puts out whenever it's breaking ASAP. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
they
Do you
have
know
to
what?
retract, but you know they go out on a limb by doing that.
It's
Yeah.
devastating.
So do you know what?
But here's the thing though, TMZ more
Okay.
often than not is telling the truth. More often than not, I'd say like 95%
Yeah.
of the time, what they're saying is pretty legit.
It's devastating.
Do you know what I like? Do you want to know what I loved about Kobe? Right, he stuck with the same team even when the team
Yeah.
reached the end of the
Yeah.
line. They had no cap space.
Yeah.
He stuck through, rebuilt again, and did it, mate. You know, like, and
Yeah.
even like
He went down with the ship, so to speak. Like he was the man, you know.
Yeah, and he still beat Shaq.
Yeah.
Yo,
You know, like,
Sure did.
yeah, you know when Shaq went off and won his ring.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, it was straight with the next team, wasn't it? And mate, like the guy, this is why I've been like, I know it's probably not the right time to say, but I feel like he gets so disrespected by everybody when they're naming the top three at the moment of all time.
Yeah.
Kobe, mate, had that killer instinct. You know what I mean? The clutch gene. He had everything, man. And he had that attitude, mate. Like, you'd want that guy on your team. And not only that, he's proved he can do it by himself. No other all-stars. You know, as much as like I'm loving LeBron and the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm loving LeBron at the minute, yeah. And the way he's changed his game this year, brilliant. I can't speak highly enough of LeBron, yeah. But if you be honest about it, LeBron always has left when the ship's dead, so to speak, and going down, LeBron takes off. You know, even when he went back to the Cavs, man, they had a lot of cap space and they got some stars in. And,
This ain't the time though. We get the point.
Like,
we get the point. We get the point. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, like now I hear it back because he now lives in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously my whole experience with Kobe, watching Kobe, is like from the whole thing when he got drafted, Iverson, him, Anton Walker, all them great 96, Steve Nash, all them guys there came from that guys where they were like coming through, and Kobe came through, yeah, as like, whoa, he had a transition from number 8 to 24, and then winning championships, and this kept it going. Like Michael, do you remember Michael Jordan, right, was around and then he retired, right? And then Kobe Bryant, them guys kept basketball relevant and relevant in countries like over here in the UK and everyone. I'm not saying the rest of the players ain't, but it's not the same. I think LeBron is probably one of the others, but you don't have that. Go ahead.
Do you know what, right? Do you know what's the real sad thing is? Kobe retired, yeah, and he's one of them intense guys with basketball, yeah. He had to take like a little hiatus away from basketball, yeah.
Yeah.
And just over the last couple of years, he started to get back involved with TV work and stuff like that, spreading his knowledge. You know, we were just starting to see all that and all the competitive sort of like
yeah, he had a lot of things going on.
And he was making amends with all that, and he's just started to do that.
Right.
And now we've lost him. And he's like, to me, like he's a credit. He's like that guy's a top human being.
Right.
But I know, like, when shit like this happens, it makes you wonder. Like I know I'm not a conspiracy nut or nothing, but you know, like, there's a chance out there that like shit like this gets done on purpose to such a magnificent figure like that.
Horrible.
Do you know what I mean?
Horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. You know what I mean? It's just horrible. It's just devastating. It's devastating to the point that it's like, yo, you question all your stuff that people talk about every day and they moan about, and then you see something like that. This guy, in terms of like us as fans or whatever, we sit there, these guys entertain us for something like, and we critique them and this and that. But this is this. It's like what it is like. So now, I mean, even us talking at Kobe in past tense, it's still, it still hasn't registered, right? You're not really in it. You know what I mean? It still hasn't registered properly that Kobe Bryant has passed away in a horrific helicopter injury, and then his daughter, she's also doing girl. She was in a helicopter as well. And that's horrible.
It's looking like, well, what TMZ is reporting was that he was actually taking her to practice today.
And they went by helicopter?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
From, like, you could Google Maps it, but, it's not too far. Calabasas to Thousand Oaks. Calabasas, California to Thousand Oaks, California.
Man, why? Yeah. And so he's, you know,
So it's
coming-
not that far, to be honest with you. Like they could have very easily taken a car, but you know, it's one of those things where
it's Kobe, man.
yeah, but and I get, like, you know, that's the thing. Like he always had a habit of taking like his private helicopter to games and practices and things like that. You know,
Who was
just
flying
because.
it? Was someone else flying it? Was he flying it? What?
No. He has a pilot. He has like when you have to have like a FAA license and all that stuff in order to be able to fly those things. Like you have to really be on point to know what you're doing. And they had actually, I was watching CNN a little while ago. They had an expert on there, like a guy that's a pilot himself. And he was talking about the fact that from the looks of it, it would appear like it was probably weather related as to how the crash occurred, because it's foggy out here right now. Like I'm looking even outside my window right now. It's really foggy today.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went out to get a bite to eat last night after the fights and everything, and it was mad foggy, man. I literally like I walked outside. I'm like, oh shit, I could barely see out in front of me. You know what I mean? Like I was going like 10 miles per hour below the speed limit so that I wouldn't, you know,
guys, man. Mate, think about Kobe's wife right now, mate. She's just lost her daughter and her husband.
Yeah, that's very sad.
That's shocking.
It is, man.
Yeah, I mean, Vanessa is a very big, like a big part of, like, you know, the philanthropy that Kobe would do too. You know, they have their foundation and stuff that have, you know, done a lot of things in the community, bigged up a lot of people out here, you know, and she's a big part of that too. You know what I mean? It wasn't just him. You know, they were a team in that, and not only that, but you gotta also, there's something to be said for the fact that, you know, she was his rock and everything, and you know, she ultimately, you know, you can probably attribute some of the success that he was able to bring to all of us on the court to, you know, her being a stable person in his life as well. So, you know, much credit to her as well.
Yeah, man. I mean that
and condolences, deep condolences to her, big time. You know.
Yeah. Jelly Bean Bryant, his father, he's obviously his mom's. I mean, this is absolutely.
Well, guys, we don't even know that the whole family might have been on board.
No, I asked this. Listen, I'm not even trying to. What's up, Dana, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I just ended my live stream, man. I had to deal with a lot of disrespect on that one, man, regarding Kobe's death. So
hey, yeah, anybody dissing Kobe, fuck y'all. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. I agree, man.
Come talk that good shit to anybody in LA and see what happens.
Yeah, that's what.
Any hood out here.
Exactly,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
To Orange County and shit. They'll put the bees on YouTube.
Nah, man, it's just like them dudes. I had to block like 20, 15 goddamn racists on my goddamn stream when I came out and reported this. And trust me, I'm not the guy who want to block people, but the motherfuckers was just swarming my fucking live stream over this shit. And I just had it, man. I'm just pissed off right now. Anybody disrespect Kobe Bryant, like Natalia said, fuck y'all. Come over here and say that. Come over here in LA and say that shit.
Yeah. Leslie, like I was talking about Dan a little while ago. Old ladies would be ready to fight you if you said a bad word about Kobe.
Oh yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly. But yeah, you guys know now that it's reported that Gigi, his daughter, was on that chopper, man.
Yeah, that's really a shame, man. That's very sad. That's even more tragic. You know, this young girl just barely beginning her life. You know?
Exactly. She was actually becoming an athletic player. She was grooming to be a basketball player too. I saw her at the camps. You know, I saw they had a camp one time. It was filmed. Her and Kobe was there. It was at his academy, and it was in Laguna, I think. It was an academy there, and Zach Randolph's daughter was there too. They were playing a scrimmage game and whatnot. But yeah, she's starting to have a good form of her jump shot. You know, but at the end of the day, man, it's unreal to report this, man. It's sad, though, because I was just saying this on my live stream that the NBA just lost David Stern a few weeks ago, and now this. Yeah. You know? So, I don't know, man. I'm lost for words right now, and, you know, God forbid, now we know Gigi was on board that chopper. I just hope that, Vanessa wasn't on there. I hope that his other daughters weren't on there.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
same.
they
They said five. They reported five. So you got the pilot so far, as well as Kobe and his daughter. You know, rest in peace to the pilot, of course, too. You know, that's very sad.
Right.
Also, we just don't know
Right.
exactly what-
And they just had a fourth child. They had a fourth girl too, man. Kobe and his wife. They just had a fourth girl.
Mm.
Wow.
So she's growing out about a father as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yikes. I mean, I was just going through the man's career, and I was just talking about how, you know, the Charlotte Hornets made a terrible mistake by giving him away in that draft that year. Terrible mistake.
It's a good thing though.
Hey,
It's
their loss was our game. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Their loss was our game.
Dan,
Yeah.
I get some feedback on your end. Yeah, if you could,
Yeah, is it better now? I think it's my headset. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's still.
Yeah, you see, we echoing a bit.
Yeah, it's still echoing there, Dan. Let me see. That's sorting it out. Yeah, that make a good point though. But you see, the thing is, I think everything was like happened because the league. Yeah, I remember when they said Kobe Bryant going Charlotte, right? And then I don't know how long later on Michael Jordan acquired the Charlotte Hornets. But how good? Let's talk about if Kobe was in the Charlotte, right? Would they reach them heights? Because Kobe went to the Great South. I mean, Nick Van Exel was there. Eddie Jones, he was behind Eddie Jones, and it was easy to learn his craft because Eddie Jones was good, you know. Eddie Jones was nice, and Kobe was like, yo, Eddie Jones was on his game, and Kobe in practice, they must have some great practices, bro. Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, I think Sylvester Sabalis.
Yeah,
Nah,
Sergio
still
Sabalis. No. Oh, still echo. Let me hop off this. I'm gonna hit on my laptop, and I'm gonna log in from there. All right.
Okay, yeah, nice.
All right.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Sergio Sabalis got traded. You're right. He got traded over. When did he get traded? When he came over, I think he got traded when he came over. Went to Phoenix Suns, right? And Rick Fox later come, but like this, the whole star-studded Lakers team. They was like, you know what I'm saying? They would like when Phil Jackson came. It was like, yo, Phil Jackson just brought it all together. Brought that stuff all together. I mean, the championships are there, but him as a person, like now I can't understand that how this is a part in Los Angeles. He was like, listen, Kobe was the man. And when LeBron came over, yeah, I understand about what Kobe did. He said, nah, you guys.
And that's the thing. Like all due respect to LeBron,
Kobe embraced him. He embraced him. Kobe embraced him. Like he didn't let that. Because what I was trying to make a point.
Oh, the beef. Yeah. No, I got you.
I'm trying to make a point about Kobe's personality. He could have let them the tears and let them carry on and say, yeah, let them boo him, man. He don't deserve to be here. But Kobe said, nah. I'm embrace him. Anytime you want to call me, like, you know, hug me, come over, and you know what I mean. It was good for LeBron because all LeBron want to do is bring championships. Kobe understands that the excellence, you know what I'm saying. So Kobe embraced him and said, "Yo, I'm gonna go watch the games. You know, I'm gonna support LeBron. You know, he used to come with his daughter, and that's what's up, bro." Kobe was not only was he a great player, he was a fan of the game.
He was gracious.
Yeah, man. He
understood, you know, like his time was done. His time in the league was done. It was time for him to write the next chapter of his story, you know, as a retired player and do what he could, you know, to make his life fulfilling in whatever way he could do so, you know. So like he understood that, you know, a lot of people, unfortunately for them, like especially a lot of athletes, it tends to be tough for them to give up the spotlight like that. But you know, he was gracious about it. You know, even though like the media in particular, you know, they were throwing a lot of shade at him in order to try to prop up LeBron, which is really, it was really unfortunate that they were doing that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people now that are really gonna have to backpedal. A lot of like very famous people really gonna have to backpedal on all that stuff all that shit that they were talking about Kobe in order to try to prop up LeBron, as opposed to just letting them both stand on their own.
Well, LeBron just passed Kobe Bryant in the scoring thing this week, right?
Right. I'm not even necessarily referring to that. I'm just referring in general. Like even before, like he had played a game for LA, a lot of people were saying like, "Oh yeah, LeBron is already better than Kobe," and blah blah blah, and trying to brush Kobe aside and all that stuff. But you know,
it's stupid.
That's the thing. Like anybody, you could ask anybody that lives out here that witnessed Kobe, you know, live and everything. That you know that they were full of shit for that. You know, that's a big part of the reason why a lot of people were looking at LeBron at first, in particular, with a lot of skepticism, like basically saying, like, man, who's this guy? Like, who's this guy that the media is trying to say they're trying to bow down to and crown without it? He hadn't even done anything. You know, he hadn't even done anything. But Kobe had done a grip of stuff. Kobe had already, you know, signed, sealed, and delivered his legacy, you know, first ballot.
Yeah.
like amongst the all-time greats, easily.
Well, I saw his interview over with the Knuckleheads. I think it's called the Players Anthem. So you had what's his name again? Darius Miles, and you have Q Rich. Is it Q Rich? No, is that Q Rich? Yeah, Q Rich, Quentin from Richardson. They have their podcast on YouTube, and Kobe came to support their podcast, man. He came over, and also Gilbert Arenas, he does his podcast as well on YouTube, because I listen to him as well. All he does is like, Kobe was the man, bro. He said I used to practice him, see, for hours practicing left hand. Only for one moment, he practiced the left hand like most of the time when he was in practice, right? And he got into a game and he needed it, and he shot left hand and he went in when they needed it. And I was like, wow, this guy, he was preparing for the future, and he helped what's his name again? Hibachi. It helped him do his game. Really helped him do his game. Kobe was a master of practice, and he believed in the work effort. He done everything that you want an athlete to do, bro. He was dedicated. He'll take no short, don't make excuses. And he came to play, man. He really came to play. He came to play every night. I mean, he just as a player, I mean, we could just like talk about as a player, but as a human, he just got involved in, I think he got involved in a project where it won an Academy Award. He's like you said,
for the man, I can't remember the name of it. I watched it. I watched that whole thing. It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was about like harnessing like your like kind of like mental state in a way where you can execute and like turn weaknesses into strengths and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, he was indulging and he was supportive of all his players or anything they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he went over on Darius'
Muse Cage, Kobe Bryant's Muse Cage. That's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, Spike Lee done a documentary on him while he was playing. You know what I'm saying? Had Kobe.
Yep. I think doing work.
Yeah, Kobe doing work, man. Kobe doing his thing, man. I mean, all I can say is this point right now is like, why? I mean, look, we're giving him his props now, but why couldn't give him the props like that when he's alive, man? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, a lot of people did though. A lot of people did, man. No, but a lot of people did though. EJ, I have to push back on you a little bit. A lot of people did. At the very least in LA, a lot of people did, man. He was like I said, like he was the man. He wasn't the man for no reason. You know what I mean? Well, maybe outside of here, maybe outside, like in the broader scope of the United States and stuff, the media didn't give him quite as much props as he probably deserved. They were a bit more critical, a bit more trying to hamstring him on some of his personal stuff, some of his personal issues.
Well, it's kind of like that with any respectable high-profile individual. I mean,
you'll have forces building him up, and you'll have forces trying to tear him down at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what happened. I'll bring his name up, even though he wasn't a basketball player, but Michael Jackson, excellent.
Yes,
a man who was not liked by everybody. Let's be real. He was revered by most in the world, but hated by others. Let's be real. But when he died, which pretty much the world stopped, the clock stopped when his death was announced.
Yeah.
But how many years ago was that? Almost 11 years ago. So, and you could say those who didn't like the man paid their respects, and they were shocked that he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he died.
I mean, Michael Jackson in particular, he was. You can't duplicate, replicate, or freaking implicate. Anybody else of what he did. You know what I mean? There'll never be another Michael Jackson. There'll never be another Kobe Bryant too. But there'll never be another Michael Jackson. And it's not even necessarily insofar as them being great unto themselves. A lot of it has to do too with the time period that they existed in. You can't recreate those circumstances for them to exist for another player or another singer or performer or what have you. Real quick, I would like what do you call it? One of the guys I follow on Twitter, Francisco Salazar. He's a guy that like he reports on a lot of the boxing stuff. He's a little bit of an older head. What do you call it? He said outside of Magic Johnson and maybe Fernando Valenzuela, Dodgers player from the the 70s, 80s.
80s and 70s, Fernando Valenzuela.
He said he can't think of a more beloved Los Angeles sports figure than Kobe Bryant outside of those two guys.
That's true.
He's on the basketball court or recently in public life, and he thinks that he was proudest to be a father as opposed to even just what he did on the court. He was proudest of his fatherhood as opposed to his sporting achievements. But that just reiterates kind of what I was saying, because I can only say what I've seen, which is limited in comparison to like what that gentleman is seeing, being older. And but that just goes to show you, you know what I mean? Like Kobe Bryant, his level of stardom and star power and like what he meant to the city, to the county, to Southern California as a whole was, it can't be understated. It can't be. He was the man.
Yeah, exactly. He was, man. He was. And I agree with you on that one. He was actually one of the beloved guys in the city. And I had my shares of criticism of Kobe. Look, I understood why he what he did as far as shaming out his teammates and his management in public. It was just him being blunt and say, you know what, this is the only way I could get my message across because nobody else seems to be listening behind the scenes. We need to do this. We need to do that. I mean, some of these guys are not taking it seriously. I remember one time, I'm not sure if this was a troll video that he put out or somebody taped it. I'm not sure you guys seen this online. This dude was yelling at his teammates in practice. It was cussing them out, and he just walked out of practice.
Well, and like you could even tell, you can even tell like by the way that the Bus family handled the Lakers. Like they gave Kobe Kobe as much reign as like you could imagine a player having over a team like that.
Right.
They really trusted his authority and his expertise on the court with the way that they would steer the team.
Yeah. Well, Santos Salinas in the chat says, look, I'm watching NBA TV right now. They're only mentioning Kobe. None of his girls were with him. That's what he's saying right now.
No, well, hey, I've got it here. Apparently, it's saying, I'm watching right now. Yeah, his daughter was with him. I mean, man, the news is coming out. Apparently, someone said Rick Fox was with him. So
yeah, somebody
they just denied that though. His Rick Fox's attorney just confirmed that he was not on the helicopter.
Okay.
So let's go back to the helicopter crash. What caused it? Does anyone know what caused it yet?
Well, they don't. I mean, they're not going to have a cause for probably a few days because they have to do like a full investigation and all that stuff. They have like a black box on the that like records everything that happens on the helicopter before the crash occurs and everything. But I'd be willing to bet you, like I was alluding to earlier, it was just bad weather conditions. You know what I mean? Like it's just very foggy. You could very easily hit something when you're not able to like visualize everything. They could have hit a power line. They could have hit a tall tree. Could have hit any number of things. And it could have caused the spark, which caused the fire, which eventually would lead to the
crash. Yeah. Here's what I'm very curious about and I'm concerned about. Why would they fly a helicopter in those conditions? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like you would think, you only want to fly when it's bright, clear, and sunny. Not as gloomy as it is today.
Sorry to break the news. Yeah. This been reported right now. Yeah, 3 rockets make direct hit on the U.S. ambassador in Baghdad right now.
Oh yeah, except from Iran.
Yeah, like in Baghdad. So the U.S. embassy in Baghdad has got hit by 3 rockets, direct hits.
Wow. Who's responsible for that? Was Iran responsible for that attack or what?
I don't know, but it's your thing, isn't it? That's what's happened right now. This happened like 2 minutes ago. So I'm just letting everyone know on that. I'm not trying to change the subject, but shit.
It looks like that was reported a few hours ago, though.
Okay. Lisa Bales is saying that. Look, EJ, check your TMZ. They're the ones reporting that his daughter was on that helicopter. But you know what?
TMZ reported that.
Yeah, let me just say this, Lisa. I said this on my shout out to you, Lisa. You was on my hangout, on my live stream.
Shout out to Lisa. She's on everybody's hangouts.
Yeah, that's true. She's active. That's true. But I will say this though: TMZ may have gotten this story correct, but they don't always get stories correct because remember they're the ones who kind of botched the Lamar Odom story where they thought he died at the hospital, which was not true. The Kardashians were the ones who debunked that real quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, TMZ, they go out on a limb, They go out on a limb and try to get to the story first. So sometimes they do make mistakes and they do make retractions. But I mean, they did report about his daughter at 12:35, so that was almost an hour ago. But they haven't reported anything to contradict that yet, retract that yet. So. I mean, if that's the case, like we were talking about earlier, very sad news. If not, thank God, and that's great news. But hopefully not.
Was his whole family on board?
I don't think that's particularly likely, considering the fact that if there was 5 people, you would think it would be Kobe, the pilot, and then potentially his daughter. But I'm not sure who else possibly because. He has 3 children, so.
Well, 4 actually. So he had a 4th because he had a 4th child, I think. He had
right, 4. My bad.
Yeah.
and she ain't never gonna know her father. That's messed up. It's messed up, man. Everything.
Yeah, it is messed up. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate, man, and you know, and like I said, though, I hate to bring this up. Anybody comes in with that Kobe Bryant disrespect, you getting fucking blocked. Fuck off.
To be fair, I don't like if someone comes in with.
I mean, I'm looking at the chat right now for EJ. Everybody's being very respectful. I haven't really seen any shade being thrown right now, so that's good.
If they did that, I wouldn't even acknowledge they were there. Like, to me.
Yeah, no, there's no need to. You know what I mean? I'm looking at them. If anybody posts anything suspect, they getting blocked.
Yeah.
they getting Thanos snapped back to the fucking shadow realm. That's what they're getting.
You're getting Thanos.
Hey, you know, Tony, I'm looking at this the chats though. Yeah, everything's respectful. For some reason on my live stream, man, everybody was coming. Some of you guys are coming disrespectful.
Yeah, you roll with Hammond though. When you roll with Hammond, you never know. That's what I'm saying. Hammond.
I'm not gonna blame Hammond on that one, man. But
that guy brings some trolls, bro. Like
Piper of trolls and shit.
Yeah, trolls. Anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. I don't know why, but look. End of the day, right now, yeah, it's just this is all sharing respect. So you know it's mad disrespect, like you said, like you know the Mount Rushmore. They got this on the Mount Rushmore, right? They have Larry Bird, right? Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. Yo, bruh, stop that. They see this is the bullshit they've been doing. Like that's mad disrespectful. You know that. That's been mad. Yeah. And even the cry face of Michael Jordan. You know, every time someone dies, they got the crying face. If Michael Jordan was, I'm not saying that would happen, God forbid, yeah. But bro, people see social media. People need to stop with the bullshit, man. Like all this stuff is not funny no more. Like you know what I mean, memes and all this stuff there. Like real talk, like Kobe. I mean, Kobe done a bit well now. So what are you gonna say now? You're gonna tell me Kobe's face don't deserve to be on Mount Rushmore, or you know don't deserve to be this. That Kobe is the man, bro. Like I mean, like I said to Nata, like. Now, obviously, in Los Angeles, they give him his props, but now everyone around the world, the man's passed now. Are you gonna finally give him his dust due, bro? Are you gonna give him his dust due and say, "Yo, this dude's great. Michael Jordan's great. Kobe Bryant's great," and stop trying to compare them. Stop doing the bullshit, man. Real talk.
Yeah, you know, Tony Yayo in the chat saying that they should cancel all the NBA games just to pay their respects. You know what? That's Adam Silver's call. I'm not sure if he's gonna just cancel all the games today just to pay the respects to Kobe Bryant. At least what they're going to do is pay the respects before the game starts at every event. That's the least they're going to do. That's like, you know, when Muhammad Ali died, when, when the fights were scheduled that weekend, or, the whole realm of boxing going to cancel all their boxing events just to, to honor his respects to him. I mean, I'm not trying to sound harsh. They're not going to do that. At the end of the day, it's a business. They still got to make money, So, I mean, I see what you're saying, Tony Yayo. I see what you're saying. From a moral standpoint, they should cancel all the games. But at the end of the day, they're not going to do that. I don't think Adam Silver is going to do that.
Well, I think they're going to wear like Lakers, the Lakers' mission, and everyone's mission right now. We're going to say it right now is to win the NBA championship for Kobe, for the city.
Yeah,
and also honor that man. That guy. This. If they wasn't for LeBron or for this is a time for people to say, "Yo, we want that championship so we can honor Kobe." I mean, Kobe's going to be honored anyway, right? But what I'm saying is that end of the day, yeah, these is stop people. This is how give a chance for people to stop all this small bickering, bro. This stuff don't mean anything, bro. Like, we shouldn't have to go for this. I mean, the man and his daughter and his wife is grieving. This is some real devastating stuff. We see the backlash from Whitney Houston when she passed away. What happened to her daughter and the whole thing down there? This is some real tragic stuff. I mean, this is like you throw a stone into a pond and there's ripple effect. This has some serious ripple effect. I mean, us after we finished here, we sad and we're like, yo, for a couple of hours. But someone's life has just been wrecked completely, like their lives and devastation going around. I don't think we can understate how devastating this is, man. This is really devastating, man. To the whole community of Los Angeles and the world, we lost one of the greatest players of all time, and we lost someone's lost a father, someone lost, you know what I mean? It's just so devastating in so many levels. I appreciate everyone in the chat, giving their take. I think Kyle from Cleveland's jumping in. He won't come in and jump in at some point, give his take, but it's just devastating, bro. It's just so devastating. You know what I mean? I'm gonna probably order some Kobe trainers in some tribute in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just devastating.
Apparently, I guess to start the Raptors and Spurs, they let the shot clock run out for the very first play.
Cool.
They didn't even, Yeah, they didn't jump for the ball or nothing. They just let the clock run out for the first play.
Wow.
Memorial for.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's shocking, man. And, you know, someone actually
Kobe's publicists, they just confirmed was on the helicopter with another parent and another player. They were traveling to a game.
Another player? Oh, another girl. Girl.
Yeah, so like the daughter, one of her mates, another player on her team or something, and her father, and Kobe, and obviously the pilot.
Horrible.
Yikes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Yeah, man. You know, yeah, I agree with Anthony on that one. No conspiracy talks,
man. He's just had a new kid as well.
Yeah, I mean, no to conspiracy talks, man. I mean, somebody had mentioned that something the Illuminati has something to do with this. Man, none of that bullshit right now. I don't believe that in the slightest. I think this genuinely was an accident, and we just got to wait until further information comes out how this occurred. So, as I said, there was a black box that's installed on helicopters and on airplanes and things like this happen. I can go through the recordings, and then we can make the determination from there how this happened. So let's just leave it at that.
Now I would say it's like in Los Angeles, quite foggy right there. I don't even know that part of Los Angeles. What part of Los Angeles was it?
Well, Calabasas, it's like kind of like north side, like Orange County.
Okay, Orange County, man.
So it's like
it's not Orange County. No, Calabasas. No, Calabasas is past San Fernando Valley, man. It's right. It's like in the middle between San Fernando and Malibu.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
I totally fucked that up.
It's all good, man.
I was thinking Orange County. I was like, yo, that was something good, man.
Kobe does live in Orange County. He lives in Laguna. I mean, he lived
Laguna. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking
he lived
Laguna Niguel, actually, specifically.
Yeah, right. He lives there.
Yeah.
That's Sparta.
That's what I was thinking of. Not.
It's all good, man. But Calabasas is like way up north, way past.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm almost never up that high up in the valley like that.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah. I mean, it's the last city. Calabasas is the last city in Los Angeles County. So
Right before you get up to
Ventura. Yeah.
Ventura County, so. Ventura, Oxnard, all that stuff.
You guys know, obviously, that's where you guys are from, like, you know what I mean? You guys know that, like, I mean, I just don't. You know, the thing is, like this.
But I mean, it's actually foggy the whole county right now, though. EJ, it's like it's crazy foggy outside. It's really gloomy, very cloudy. You know, just very like dark right now.
Well, you know, they did post the video. You know, there's a image, or there's actually footage of the crash site.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I saw with the smoke coming out. I see where it is. It's like, you know, it look. I mean,
and right now it's in the middle of the day where you'd imagine it'd be the brightest, but even still.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Did the crash occur in the daytime? Did it occur at night?
Well, I mean, the first report came
daytime
at like 10, so like I'd be willing to bet you the crash probably occurred. I'd imagine maybe around like 8 in the morning. So like it should have been like right as sun was really like rising and kind of like getting up there, you know. So it should have been relatively, you know, bright, but that's the thing. Like when it's that gloomy,
once they go out of control, mate, they just
they go out of control fast. Yeah, they go out of control fast.
Yeah, like, and that's it. You can rarely.
Helicopters.
There's loads of procedures for. Yeah, helicopters are lethal, mate. Once you lose control of it, that's pretty much it. Gone, isn't it? Like there's no control in blades flying around at such a velocity. You know what I mean? Like, like at least with a plane, there's loads of procedures to try and get back in control of it.
Yeah, you know, it possibly could have been a bird that could have, ran to the propellers, and that could have, that usually can happen. You know, if a bird gets in there, it could disrupt the propellers. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I mean, like it would have to be something pretty significant size in order to start a fire like that and then cause that sort of. I mean, or you would imagine it would be, but I mean, one thing could lead to another also, and it could get tied up in power lines and things of that nature, and just make it that much worse. So.
Yeah, man. All I'm saying is that the people on ESPN and sports writers, the whole divide thing they be trying to do, need to stop it, bro. Like I know they're trying to get ratings and comparing guys against guys to put down other guys. Now all them dudes have been doing that. Now everyone's gonna be looking them side eye like you. Now you can't
Yeah.
touch Kobe, bro. Now if you thought about it before,
They
don't
straight
even.
up disrespected
Well,
him, man.
Well, you know what? You know what I'm gonna say this, EJ? Nick Wright. Yeah, he's the one need to come out and and kind of take back the shit he was saying because he's a big LeBron guy. He was putting LeBron over everybody you could think of. Yeah, you could disagree and agree with it, but it's like he was flagrantly doing that shit. I'm like, come on, dude. You guys show some.
Shannon Sharp
Yeah.
was good. Hamid ain't coming. Hamid, you ain't coming in there. I don't know where you're going, Hamid. Who gave you the link, Hamid?
Why you ain't bringing our man in here, man? Well, why?
He's not a basketball guy. Like I want basketball guys in it. Like even Lee Simmons, even Lee Blogger. Yeah, Blogger had to talk to me before I even put him on. I'm not gonna put on people who are not basketball people. Like Kyle was trying to jump in it. So I only want basketball guys. Like if it's boxing, that's cool. But this is like. No, I'm just saying Hamid's in the chat. Hamid, you're not coming in it, Hamid. So it's cool though. If it was a boxing, no, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to him. If it was a boxing thing, yeah, I wouldn't. But I know Hamid doesn't know too much about basketball. I'm sure you want to put your respect. You can put your respects in the chat. That's welcome. But real talk, I just want basketball people on the thing, bro. Like it's real. It's one of them days there. Yeah, thanks, Hamid, coming out. It's one of them days that I'm not really on it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't want to hear anything and it drifts off into something else. I don't want to hear nothing. I just want to hear people give their respects to Kobe. And like I said, we was going back to the thing, yeah, that the sports writers like Shannon Sharp bigs up LeBron, right? And Skip Bayless, this, that, the other, backwards and forwards. And they do it, it's banter. But at this point, yeah, it's like this is one of the most high profile, devastating incidents I've ever heard. I mean, the man's and his daughter. I mean, in a helicopter crash. I mean, it is absolutely devastating. I mean, in terms of how you want to rank people, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I mean, I remember the era when Isaiah Thomas was there and Michael Jordan was there and backwards and forwards and that like they were doing it. But this one, like, leave it alone. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, all you can do is nothing but praise. Like Rashmore, Mount Rashmore, all that bullshit. Just leave it alone, bro. Like the real talk, just leave it alone. No, don't even do it.
Well, you know what's funny? Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that the Mount Rushmore thing, man. You mentioned LeBron is on there. I mean, goddamn, I can name many players from the past who could be deserving on that to be on that platform before LeBron. I mean, Kobe's one of them.
Oh, here
Kobe's
we go.
one.
Here we go. Kyle. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Because Kyle, I know Kyle ain't gonna be having that joint right
hey,
there.
EJ, just so you know, I posted a link in the little private chat thing for StreamYard. That for that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar giving his thoughts on the.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah, nice one. Go ahead,
yeah,
Kyle, you there?
Hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Little bit. Coming in a little low.
I just want to say rest in peace, man. It's real sad. Kobe is one of the few athletes in the world that can literally stop time, and it seemed like time has stopped for him. And my brother lives in California, so he was confirming that one of the victims was his daughter on that chopper. So it's just a sad situation, man. But I don't want to use this opportunity to try to degrade or down talk LeBron or anybody else that's being compared to Kobe Bryant. Like, this is all about Kobe Bryant. This has nothing to do with LeBron James. So
I respect that, brother. I can respect that.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like real talk. Like I'm not even like they need to leave it alone. Like I remember when these guys are coming up, right? They used to have almost respect for these guys doing their thing, but what they do to get graders thing, and we fell into it. We fell into it, right? It's saying this guy's better than that guy, blah blah blah, backwards and forwards, right? And I was like, yeah, cool. I was down for it. But when this is like. If Iverson was if the situation happened to Iverson, if the situation happened to Michael Jordan, like they're untouchable. Like leave Kobe's mouth out your mouth unless it's nothing but respect. But don't be propping people up to bring people down. Like them dudes, they need to go and find another living. That's what I'm saying right now. Go find something else to do because you ain't gonna get that here. Kobe, like now I said. Old women, in Los Angeles, they'll beat you in a stick. It's the same thing, Kyle. Kyle's over there. If this happens to LeBron right now, Kyle won't hear nothing about. You sometimes say to you like, but I think the people have that respect for all the players in the NBA because they did is entertain us, right? So,
right. I mean, that's the thing. Like I'll say for mine, I've said a lot of things about LeBron with regards to skepticism in terms of his ability on the court, but the fact remains that he's a great player. He's an all-time great, so on and so forth. So if anything bad were to happen to him, it'd be just as tragic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely. I feel the same way too.
You can like
But
everybody simultaneously. You don't have to just like Kobe and not like LeBron. Like I watched Kobe's career from A to Z, just like I
yeah,
watched LeBron James's career from A to Z. Like that doesn't mean that I don't like either or. You know what I mean? Like I like
right,
them both. Like I
yeah,
like Tracy McGrady was one of my favorite players. Like Vince Carter was once one of my favorite players. Allen Iverson. Like it doesn't take away from the fact if somebody think that Kobe is better or if they think that LeBron is better, it doesn't take away from that person's ability. Like that's where
mhm,
we as sports fans, it's fun to have these debates, but ultimately people, shit on other athletes in favor for another one, and it's not fair. Like
No.
now you gonna
right.
start to hear a lot of people that's cock riding. They want to say, "Oh, Kobe's the goat," when they wasn't saying that yesterday.
No, he was.
Because
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They're gonna be
you know what
backpedaling
I'm saying?
like nobody
So
business.
Yeah.
nobody was like, I mean, you had your people like, it was an honor for me to watch Kobe Bryant's career. Like this dude, that Mamba mentality is prevalent throughout the world. Like all of these younger players that's coming into the league now, from the players that he played with and against, like everybody embodied that statement, man. And it's not
Yeah,
just in basketball. That mentality applies to anything in life. And be a lesson learned that life is too short for people that don't take life serious. It can be taken away from you at a moment's notice. So strive for greatness at whatever you do, man. And Kobe was the perfect person to represent that throughout the world, man. And it's just, I'm sad, man. I don't know what to do, dude. Like, I'm shocked. I woke up to this news, and I'm still like, it's still not registering to me that he
No,
died.
no, it's not. No, it's not. Even when we're talking right now, yeah, we're talking in Kobe in past tense. I mean, like real talk. I mean, we're just like this to us right now. This is a form of therapy, bro. I ain't gonna lie because if I didn't come on here, I think I go crazy, bro. Just like thinking about like because you're like,
No,
yo,
it is.
but I was saying
It
like
really is.
before I came on here, I was talking to friends, I was talking to family, and like all of us, like you know what I mean, like we like all of us
Yeah, man.
were
You never
Kobe
know
Bryant
when
fans. Like
life
even
can
even
hit,
even
man.
people that were like on the fringes of really even watching sports loved Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, man, because it was more than just basketball. Like this dude, his work ethic, like everything that he did was to
Yep.
Mate, you're
perfect
a basketball fan. You can't be a real
everything that
basketball
he
fan
did.
if you didn't enjoy
And
watching
I mean,
Kobe,
it's
man.
sad, man, but it's life, man. It's life, and that's what happens, man. Like, I just feel sorry for his family that he died so young, and his baby that he just had recently, she won't know what it's like to have him. I mean, all
yeah,
she'll have is the internet and her parents, her mom telling her how he was as a father, and he a great father.
Right.
Like I mean, he was the ultimate class personified in
yeah.
sports, man. I mean, a lot of
Mhm.
people like to go back to the cheating scandal that happened in what was it in Utah or whatever.
Well,
But
that skanky girl.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing. Like
yeah,
people, hey,
You're talking about the one in Colorado. Yeah, I know
in
people gonna
Colorado,
defer to
okay,
that
yeah,
shit.
right, right.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing.
I was
Hey, look,
talking.
that's the thing. Like,
Go ahead.
people are flawed. People make
Mm.
mistakes. People make bad
exactly.
judgment calls in their lives. But that doesn't just, erase all the good things that they've done or will do or have
Oh
done.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. You know what's funny though, because I mentioned this on my live stream because there's some people who are gonna bring that up. I'm like, look, you know what? You want to bring that up, but guess what? His wife moved on. Him and his wife, they dealt with it and they moved beyond that. And they had 2 more kids.
Yeah,
Deal
exactly.
with it. So
And and
look,
and it's not the Kobe Bryant Foundation. It's the Kobe and Vanessa Bryant Foundation that
Yeah,
yeah,
does good work out here. So
he was a wholesome
exactly.
dude, man. He was a family man. Like he embodied everything that you want to be as an athlete. Like the guy spoke with intelligence. You know, I used to watch his breakdowns on ESPN, where he would break down finals games and stuff like that and playoff
yeah,
games. Like dude had ultimate knowledge of the
yeah,
game, and he was young, man. 41 years old is nothing. Like this
yeah,
dude didn't even get to
Yeah,
really live his life
yeah.
yet.
He
yeah.
started.
He barely could even enjoy his retirement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Barely.
Same, man.
man.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just messed up, bro.
Yeah, man.
It
But
is.
much respect to him, man. Like I said, it was an honor and a privilege to watch him, and this guy really inspired a whole generation of
Yeah. Well,
sports
that's the thing.
fans.
Like growing up,
Like,
playing basketball and stuff, we all wanted to be Kobe. We
yeah,
all
look
wanted
at
to be
what
Kobe.
when everybody shoot in a garbage can or throw something, they always say Kobe. Like that's just like a
Yeah.
universal
Dave
thing to like.
Chappelle. Dave
You know what
Chappelle.
I'm
I mean, it was a joke relating to the whole scandal and everything. But even even him, just the whole like Kobe thing, is it was a touchstone. It just shows you how much he meant. Period. You know what I mean? How much people thought of him. Period. positive or negative. He moved people.
Yeah, and how he reacted to LeBron James passing him, and it was so ironic that LeBron James passed him in his hometown in Philly wearing a Lakers uniform, and just the class that he displayed, and LeBron passing him. And like a lot of players don't like that type of stuff when you pass them up there. They'll be fake and show that they do, but they really don't. Like this dude really meant it. Like he really meant what he said about LeBron on Twitter, man. And I know it's breaking LeBron James up, man, because he idolized that dude. Just like all of these players in the league, they idolize him, man. So to pass him up and then he die the next day is devastating. Like I couldn't imagine what LeBron is going through right now, man. Because a lot of people like to compare him and everything, but they really admired each other, and they really
they did. Yeah. I mean, we was just talking about the whole thing with Shaq, right? And like the media built into something, Shaq fell into it, and Shaq played fun with it. To Kobe, how my ass tastes. Yeah, like it was fun, and they met each other like years later. In the ESPN, ESPN, they were saying about, but you should take it seriously. Kobe was even talking to Shaq like a parent, because that you're supposed to lose weight, you're supposed to come in there, and you didn't. I was letting you know. He goes, yeah, you did. And Shaq knew he was wrong, but Shaq's his pride made him fight. It was interesting listening to the two of them, two greats, because Shaq is the most dominating center ever, and then you have one of the most dominating guards ever. Like they could have got more rings together, but it's their egos. The egos couldn't work together.
Exactly. It's egos collide, man.
It was good. It was good to see them hash it out and stop the bullshit, because the media, it seems at some point where the media wants to keep people. I don't know, like there's people going at each other, bro. They just want to keep that whole thing, bro.
It is, man. And American media always pit people against each other. They played a big part in that breakup. Like the East Coast West Coast beef, the media really spearheaded that. Like with Tupac and Smalls, like Tupac had an issue with him, and it's a guy on YouTube named Gene Deal who used to be Puffy's ex-bodyguard, and he went into detail about the whole experience about Biggie before he passed away. Like that whole week they was out in California, and he was talking about how before Tupac made that Hit 'Em Up song, he had to go to New York and clear it with a lot of the big heads out there in New York, because they didn't want it to become an East Coast West Coast thing. That's why when you hear that Hit 'Em Up song, you hear him say names specifically, like Biggie and Mobb Deep and whoever else he was beefing with at the time, instead of saying the whole East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't really about that. And American media does that shit, man. They separate everybody. Like, and Skip Bayless, and I'm gonna keep hammering this shit home because I know this for a fact. All of this talk that you hear about with all these comparisons to Michael Jordan and all of this shit, Skip Bayless started all of this bullshit. Him in particular. Before he came on the scene, you never really heard people talk about stuff like this. And then he kept getting segments on this show called Cold Pieces, where he started out at. And he was real marginal on the show. But he had a lot of controversial things to say about LeBron James and about Floyd Mayweather.
I remember we were hating on Scottie Pippen. Yeah.
People started to ask for him more, which ultimately led to him having his own debate show. But he is like the catalyst of people comparing these guys and shitting on LeBron James and shitting on Kobe. Like, it was a lot of people that hated Kobe Bryant because he was so close to Michael Jordan. Like, people hated him. And all of these same people, now that he passed away, are going to say, oh, he was great and he's the greatest ever. And it's just fake. You know what I'm saying? It's all fake bullshit.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just say this. Khalil. I'm going to say this. Skip Bayless is one of those dudes who's very... Yeah.
1 minute. Yeah, we can be Marsh. 1 minute.
I didn't know. All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It was to be Marsh. Yeah. I was going to say though, real quickly though, Skip Bayless is, to me, all the shit that he spewed and put out all these years, I think he really didn't mean that in a way. What I mean by that is that he put it on the front because he knows how to drive controversy. He knows how to push people's buttons. And like you said, all the shit he spewed all those years on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith, whatnot. And he's another fellow too who does all that shit too purposely, just a drama for his personal build up of his personal profile. It led to his personal show with Shannon Sharp. But at the end of the day, I think he knew what he was doing just to push people's buttons, get people call talking. He knew that shit. But at the end of the day, I think he genuinely hated certain guys. He certainly hated Floyd Mayweather. He certainly didn't like Kobe Bryant to an extent. He certainly didn't like LeBron James. Don't like LeBron James. I think he truly don't like those guys. But at the end of the day, he just did all this shit just so he could build all his personal profile. That's something I don't like. I don't like when people do shit like that.
Yeah, no, you're
know,
100% correct, man. And it's like with the Floyd Mayweather situation, this guy doesn't even know about boxing. When Floyd Mayweather's father went up there and asked him what was a pull counter, he was fucking clueless. So why are you running your mouth about shit that you don't know nothing about?
Yeah.
And you leading people who do watch a little bit of boxing, you're giving them ideas in their head that don't even make sense. This is where you get trolls from. Like that whole Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao era, I hated that fucking era, man, because it was a lot of novices to boxing that didn't know nothing about the shit, sounding like fucking Skip Bayless.
That's true.
And all of this LeBron shit about him not being clutch and all of this stupid ass shit. I just sat here and watched the LeBron James highlights because he won Athlete of the Decade. Dude, you know how many buzzer beaters and clutch moments that he had in that highlight reel? It was over a 17-minute highlight reel. So where are you getting this shit from, dude? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's mind-boggling to me how people use him to think. Like that's their thinking mechanism. Is Skip Bayless. They talk about all of the same shit he talk about. They use all his talking points, and it's just frustrating as a real basketball fan and as a real boxing fan listening to people that sound just like this fucking guy. I don't watch him no more.
No, but you know the thing is, like we're gonna bring B Marsh in to give B Marsh his thoughts, though. But I really, I understand that, right? But that's what I said to you. At this point, we understand. You know, we all come from like decent backgrounds, fam. We understand wrong is wrong, right is right. Right now, it's all about props, and the people who've been saying stuff like that, we're gonna side-eye them. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna side-eye you, Steve, and we don't want to hear nothing from you. We're gonna boycott your stuff if you're gonna even eye your mouth, yeah. Anything other than respect. Other than any disrespect for Kobe, we ain't messing with you, bro. I don't want to hear nothing. That's what I'm going to say. B Marsh, give us your thoughts on Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? On the shocking news. Go ahead, B Marsh.
Yeah, man. You know, I was talking to my shorty on the phone, man, and my sister texted me, Kobe Bryant died. I texted her immediately, huh?
Yeah.
Question mark, exclamation mark. At the same time I did that, I went to Google. And sure enough, I seen it on Google, man. And I just couldn't even talk on the phone no more, man. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Honestly, EJ, I don't think there's going to be any disrespect for Kobe. I think all of those people that did disrespect him are going to turn it into his biggest fans now that he's gone. It's like
you know what, Khalil? Khalil, let me say this, bro, real quickly. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm going to say this.
Let me finish what I was saying.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Look, man, you see me, man, I'm a basketball fanatic. I still play the game, dogs. I'm 37 years old. I be giving youngins at work. You know what I mean? 31 years old.
Hey, I seen you on live that one time, B Marsh, when he was out on the streets.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I'm a Boston Celtics fan and I'm a Laker hater to the death. But when Kobe Bryant, I seen that news. I respect Kobe, man. I know his integrity. He's one of the greatest players. I probably could say top 2, top 3 players ever in my lifetime I've ever seen play. You know what I mean? And when that news came, man, I was on the verge of tears, man, because I just had to think back. I remember Kobe Bryant's last game in the Staples Center. The Jazz were trying to playoffs. They needed that win to get in the playoffs. That man, Kobe, they were down for 3 quarters. Kobe went crazy on them, dropped 60 in his last game. You know, he was just that type of dude. His dog-hard, lion-hard mentality is second to none behind Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And it was real sad when I seen the news, you know what I mean? Because Kobe Bryant look, man, I remember Game 7 versus the Celtics at Staples Center. He didn't have a great game. He was off. He was like 5 for 26. But he did all kind of other things. He had mad assists. He had like 50.
Are y'all still there?
Yeah, we're here, Clip.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We must got me.
Yeah, B Marsh was talking. I don't know if it might just be you not being able to hear him for some reason.
I can't
I mean, the art acts up like that sometimes. So like when you can't hear one person.
It's confirmed that his daughter was on the plane. His daughter Gigi died as well.
Yeah, I seen that too. CNN just confirmed it.
Go ahead, B Marsh. Go ahead, B Marsh. Keep going, B Marsh.
Yeah, man, this ain't no Johnny come lately thing, man. I've known Kobe Bryant since Lower Marion in Pennsylvania, since high school, when they was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about this kid going to the NBA. I've watched his whole career. I know what kind of great player he is. He's a player who strikes fear in you, you know what I mean? And I've we battled, he battled with my Celtics in 2 finals, you know what I mean? We won and won, but he was such a great player, man. And to me, I hold him up there as one of the greatest players ever to play. Not even because he passed away. I've always rated him like that.
Yeah.
But it's very sad to hear he passed away, and especially with his daughter, especially on the way to the Mamba Academy, where they were
Oh,
probably
yeah.
on a Sunday morning, about to go work on their skills. You know what I mean?
Hey, but let me ask something, B. Marsh. Somebody had this in one of my chats, I believe. And before I ask you this question, I had to deal with a lot of disrespect with these dudes coming in my live stream about that. That's another story. But anyhow, when I mentioned that Charlotte Hornets selected Kobe Bryant back in the '96 draft, and they traded him to the Lakers for Divock and Campbell, and some of the people, I always believed that was one of the most terrible mistakes that the Charlotte Hornets could ever make. And some guy said, well, do you still think they would have been a championship contending team? I said, well, over time, they would have been. If Kobe was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would have been.
Yeah, they would have been, 100%.
If he has help, just like any player in NBA history, you need help. Can't do it by yourself.
It's a team sport. You know what I mean? It's
if you think about it, yeah, who they had there? They had Glenn Rice coming from Miami. They had who else they had? They had a lot of good role players at the time.
They had guys like Wesley, what's the guy used to play in Boston? I even met him in Boston. The movie.
David Wesley?
Yeah. David Wesley, yep.
Anthony Mason.
Diddy, but you never know. They might have still drafted B. Diddy. They would have been a good team.
Yeah, they had Anthony Mason coming from New York. I mean, he died years ago.
His best years in his career were on Charlotte Hornets.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So to answer that commenter who mentioned that, I was like, yeah, they would have it, because they, in my view, because they had a great support cast there, despite Campbell and Divock being there. So yeah, and Glenn Rice being their go-to guy, their top player. But yeah,
Glenn Rice was on top of his game, man. He was dropping like 27 a game. He was an All-Star MVP with Mike. He was cannon. So he was on top of his game at that time when they did draft Kobe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so, to my conclusion, the Charlotte Hornets, ever since they made that trade, they haven't been the same franchise ever since.
Yeah,
my view.
They got Kimby Walker and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, Michael Jordan over there. But his thing is, if Charlotte would have kept Kobe, Michael would have probably eventually got it. But I don't know, it wouldn't have been the same because, like I said, I mentioned before, he was back up to Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones was the man, bro. Like Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, their practice because Eddie, you know what I'm saying? You could learn a lot from Eddie Jones at the time.
But Eddie Jones was kind of choking in the playoffs.
No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not talking about B-Marsh. I'm not talking about him as a player and what he achieved. I'm talking about in practice. Kobe Bryant coming from coming from high school, and then you're in there and you're in your practice and you're going one-on-one backwards and forward. Eddie Jones and like Eddie Jones helping you as a mentor to know. Yeah, that's what
Kobe did say. He learned defensive tactics, how to run off guys on the screens,
stuff like that. Yeah, they're a similar sort of body, but obviously Eddie Jones, Kobe will way surpass them. But what I'm trying to point is that the environment, like when you're in an environment where you have winners, because they remember again, Kobe's first appearance, right, was in the first appearance straight in the playoffs. They beat Portland, they beat other teams all the way up to the Western Conference Finals. Finally lost to Utah. I mean, that's basically his rookie year. And from that,
actually, that was the second year. The rookie year, they lost to Utah in the semifinals in 5 games, and then the second year they went to the conference finals and got swept. And that still hurts. That still hurts to me because I thought the Lakers would have been a better team going up against the Bulls that year than the Utah Jazz. I still believe that.
That year was supposed to be Houston. It was supposed to be Houston and the Bulls. That was predicted, but like the Bulls, not the Houston and the Chicago Bulls, but obviously Utah beat Houston, and that's what happened there. But it was supposed to be Charles Barkley, Elijah Wan, and Clive Drexler. Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. But the Lakers were up and coming, bro. Like, Shaq just came over there. Shaq, Van Exel, Nick, they had a nice little team. Del Harris was the coach right there. Kobe was on there. Kobe was there.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, the thing I like about Kobe back then, it was the crossovers, bro. Him and Iverson, they came in fresh with them new crossovers and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had the street ball handles, you know what I'm saying?
You know, a guy like Kobe Bryant also had confidence playing and practicing against Eddie Jones because he was giving NBA players work in Philly.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Hey,
he was giving Jerry Stackhouse work before Jerry Stackhouse came to the NBA.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, hey, Kobe, you may see Kobe break into lane. I think he dunked on it was Calabasas. I think Calabasas was in Washington. Kobe done a crossover. Ben Wallace. I don't know if he dunked on Ben Wallace.
It was Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace.
Yo, man. Kobe.
Well, yeah. Hey, you saw the way he dunked over Dwight Howard, right? In his rookie season.
Yeah, Dwight Howard. Oh yeah. Kobe bad, man. Kobe bad.
Put his nuts in Kobe Bryant and Dwight Howard's face on that one.
Yeah. Kobe got some highlights there, but it's like, I think when Kobe really I think when Kobe
what about Kobe Bryant or Yao Ming on the baseline when he beat Patino Mobile? That was over the wall of China. He did it so easy, like his Fisher Price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, and you know Kobe put on muscle, but I think the way Kobe really broke in is that slam dunk competition, bro. Through the legs, yo, through the legs, dunk. And
Kobe, he got that from J.R. Ryder, man. Let's be real.
No one's talking about Ray J.R. Ryder now. I know where he got it from, but when Kobe did that joint, it was like, yo, this kid's got confidence, yo. Like
he did it in his warm up.
Yeah,
like a warm up part.
Kobe was nice, but hey, blogger, you want to jump in? UK blogger, you want to say something, or because I think you wanted to say something earlier on. Go ahead, blogger. I guess you got something wrong in your mind. Hey, we got Raphael Dawkins in the chat. Yeah, damn, sad news. Rest in peace to him and his daughter, and the 4 other descent. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's I'm telling you. It's horrible, you know what I mean? We're finally talking about Kobe in past tense, but we're still kind of like in our minds, still trying to. I mean, we're talking it in real time, and it's like we're trying to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like
for the last hour or two, man, I don't even know what to do with myself, man.
See?
I'm just got the TV off.
See?
I'm just shocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I remember when Michael Jackson died, I didn't have to share it on social media. I just kind of, dealt with it myself. But at least with this one, I said, nah, I'm going live. I'm gonna share it with my guys, and because we do follow basketball. We do, like, when the playoffs come, we cover.
Reminisce and remember the great stuff he did. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Another moment I remember that year when they got Pau Gasol, and the Lakers weren't that good the 2 previous years without Shaq. And they were like number 8, losing to the Suns. But that year they made that trade for Pau Gasol, I still didn't believe in them. But how they got to the finals, because they played the Celtics. Of course, Celtics.
You know what? Let me say this, B-March, real quickly about that trade. I knew the Lakers I knew they were going to get something out of that trade because look who they gave away. They gave away fucking Kwame Brown and 2 first-round draft picks for Pau Gasol. I was one of the few people who say, you know what? That was a good deal they made. A lot of people was like, that's crazy.
Bad deal. I was just shocked at how they got to the finals because they beat the Spurs. That whole year I was saying it's going to be Celtics and Spurs in the finals. Tim Duncan versus KG. You know what I mean? And
you got a point there. But go ahead.
In champs, matter of fact, they had beat Cleveland the year before. So Kobe Bryant handled them easily, man. Like they beat him 4-1 something. I was
exactly. And the thing too is, like, I told people that was a damn good trade because even though they were still a good team, but they still need that big man support, and Kwame Brown just could not do it. He was just not that good. I mean, look, the man had some bit of talent. He played hard, but he just wasn't that good. That's just the way it is.
That draft for Kobe Bryant came in. They wasn't that good anyway. I mean, who was the best?
I seen Michael Jordan draft a guy. I was living in DC at the time. You know what I mean? I know Kwame Brown very well. I remember that draft class. Pau Gasol was number 3. You know what I mean?
But just real quick though, guys. Go ahead, B-Marsh. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was a tremendous accomplishment. And you're right, that team wasn't ready for the Celtics that year. Celtics were more physical, more tougher than that Lakers team. But then y'all got Ron Artest over there. Hey man, and then y'all got the championship against the Celtics in 2010. You know what I mean? And
I honestly thought the Celtics was going to win that game 7, man. I was like, really?
You won for 3 quarters. For 3 quarters. Then
Yeah.
Pau Gasol and Bynum, they killed. We started Rasheed Wallace. He was like 40 in that game because Perkins had been injured in game 6.
Yeah. I remember that game too, man. Rasheed, when it was like one of those the free throws. He got pissed off at a call, and he just walked up off the bench like the ball don't lie.
Yeah, because he played damn near every minute.
It looks like what do you call it? The authorities are gonna hold a news conference here in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say that, Nayo, and also the Staples Center is kind of crowded right now, man. There's people there right now, man.
Well,
yeah,
I play that joint there, but I play that joint because obviously they might have something to say, and you know, you guys. I mean, I'm stay here. I ain't going nowhere. We gonna full cover and give our tributes. We gonna give tribute. This is Kobe Day, bro. It's gonna be Kobe.
Starts for Kobe today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll talk, man.
Hey, EJ, you know how man just bounced out of the chat when you told him you couldn't come in, man.
Yeah, but you see what? Listen. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I invite everyone, but this here, it's not. It's too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't first off, you are now from Los Angeles. Like, it hits you your hometown. B&B Mars cover basketball regularly. Like, Blogger, I had to talk to Blogger a bit. Blogger was so passionate, he hit me up. Right, so I allow Blogger, but normally if he came, I wouldn't have let him in. It's nothing personal. If you're not a basketball guy like Kyle, we always talk basketball. If Chris Caban was talking to him and we him on tour, I'd let him in as well. But what I'm saying is this: end of the day, I just only have basketball guys right now. I don't want to. This is not a boxing thing. This is a serious thing right now. It affects everyone. We grew up on Kobe, bro. Like we grew up on Kobe literally from his rookie day. And somebody like March from high school, and we're gonna go over memories that Hamid, I don't think Hamid knows about, and there's no point. I mean, like see Joe Dawkins in the chat, respectfully, like he just gives his, you know what I'm saying, condolences, and this keep, you know what I'm saying, that's what it is. Like that's what I've done the chat so people can say what they have to say and listen to us give our memories, but it's not that kind of chat right now. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
No, but like. Yeah, but I mean, like, to reiterate what I was saying earlier, though, like, shit, growing up here, you know what I mean? It's like all of us wanted to be Kobe. We like when it came time, like when we had like I was on the my high school basketball team and stuff, like everybody wanted 24 immediately. 24. Like everybody wanted 20. It's like we had to like draw sticks to try and get the number. You know what I mean? And then after that, it'd be like 23, and then 33, and all the big 9 and then 8. 8 also. And you know what I mean, like, but we were all trying to get those numbers, but it was always like Kobe number 1, like Kobe first. And
hey, but let me ask y'all a question about that, because one of the chatters and one of the commenters, his name is Anandra Williams, and I pronounced her name right the first time. She was happy about that, but she said that Kobe is I know Kobe is the guy who got both his numbers retired by the Lakers, number 8, number 24. But did Michael Jordan get that retired at number 45 and number 23 in Chicago as well? Because I could have sworn that was the case. Just out of curiosity.
Actually, that's a good
question. Played the season, though. I think they got into the playoffs and lost to Orlando. But I don't think Michael Jordan want to be remembered for. I mean, I remember people wore the jersey. Yeah, I remember wore the jersey, but I don't think it's a jersey because Kobe wore number 8 from his rookie all the way to the transition. It was a different time, but I think with Michael, it's the same thing like Space Jam. You just wear it, but I don't know. I don't think they retired that. I
don't think so, but I'm not too sure.
I wouldn't have think so. I wouldn't have thought so. You know.
Okay, I could have sworn that was the case, but I'm probably wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of the number, it's like, hey, this is how much I respected Kobe, even though I wasn't a fan. I'm not a Lakers fan. When Kobe Bryant announced he's gonna switch his number to 24, man, I went to Georgetown, Washington D.C. with the fellas that summer. And I bought me a Kobe Bryant authentic Lakers jersey, number 8, just because of all the great stuff in a short span that he had done in that number 8. You know what I mean? To this day, I still have it. It's fresh. I looked at it on eBay. It could sell for like $800. You know what I mean? And I'm a Celtics fan, but one thing about basketball, unlike football, because I play the game, I could like and respect a player no matter what jersey he wears. At the end of the day, I'm a Celtics fan first and foremost. but I respect a lot of players in history, no matter what jersey they wore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up.
That's the thing. Like I still got my jersey too. I got my jerseys too from Kobe when I was a kid and stuff like that.
Number 8 and 24.
Yep.
That's
Yes,
what's up,
sir.
man.
I got the 8 with the where it's almost all black. It's almost all black, and then with the purple and gold trim.
Oh yeah. I think they call that Knights or something, that jersey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich James. Yeah, Rich James in the chat says that Kobe Bryant will be inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. It's a shame that he won't be around to enjoy it. I mean, yeah, it is true.
Man, that's cold-blooded, man.
Yeah, I mean,
damn.
I know. It's sad the way. I mean, that's how someone brought this up in my live stream not too long ago, and then I'm saying, you know what, he is going to go to the Hall of Fame in the next, when the next induction process comes up. But it's sad that he the way he got to be inducted like this because he won't be around to enjoy it.
Yeah,
that ceremony, man, it's fucked up, though, man. It's a fucked up situation.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is this life. See the thing is, yeah, like that's what I said. All these like petty stuff that people get involved in. You really got to understand that we're only on this show. Well, Kobe left such an impact. Like, and the thing is, some people we see when they're old, like really old, but Kobe, we all need to, like, Kobe's being encapsulated right now, like in his prime. So it will forever be how we saw him, right? That's how we remember him. But it's like, as the years going from this day onwards, 10 years, 20 years, we're still going to be talking Kobe. Nipsey Hussle was big in Los Angeles, right? He's done so many things, right? But this is another devastating thing for Los Angeles. This is devastating, bro. It's absolutely devastating.
Yeah, it is, man.
When Kobe Bryant, when the Lakers would come to DC, I was trying to see him, the Lakers, because I knew his time winding down. So I tried to go get some tickets, but the tickets were outrageous. They be way more than any other team that comes to the city. You know what I mean? So I never got a chance to see him live, you know what I'm saying? But I tried, believe you me. I missed seeing Michael Jordan. I didn't get to see him when he played on the Wizards. I regret that. I should have gone. But I tried to see Kobe, but every time the tickets were outrageous, I'd be like, man, I just watch it on TV.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm really thankful to have been able to see him live. You know what I mean? Like live, like not only in regular season, but I saw a couple of playoff games with him too.
Oh shit!
And not only that, but here's the thing: like when they would have the away games in the playoffs, they would still sell seats at the Staples Center so that you could actually watch in the crowd and just basically watch the big screens. Though all those would be sold out too.
Yeah,
all those would be sold out too. That's how big time it was.
Yeah, I mean, I had the privilege as well. In fact, I had the privilege of watching him play at the Forum when the Lakers played in the 90s. Yeah, when the Lakers played there in the 97-98 season, I was there at that game when they played the Chicago Bulls. What's up?
When they had Eddie Jones and
Van Axel. I was there. Yep, I was there when they played the Lakers. That was the afternoon game on NBC. It was a national televised game, but obviously I was there. They played Chicago. They played the Bulls.
Mike too?
Huh?
You saw Mike too?
Yeah, I saw Mike too. I saw Pippen there. I can tell you one thing, man. Them tickets was not cheap. Even though I was a teenager, I didn't pay for them. But but I got the privilege to watch the game, and I can tell you this, man. It was lit there. That Forum crowd was lit. You know what I mean? Jordan was there. I mean, everybody was lit. Hell, everybody was cheering for Michael Jordan when he scored. It's like, goddamn, it's like half of the Forum, like, I'm sitting around looking like, wait a minute, this is the enemy here. Why y'all cheering for Michael Jordan? And I like Michael Jordan, but I was just shocked to hear this. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody cheering for Michael
Jordan? Dan, did they have the bacon wrapped hot dogs even back then?
Oh yeah, they did, man. They did.
Bacon wrapped.
Now outside, EJ, like there's always people like barbecuing up bacon wrapped hot dogs and selling them. Like people just like kind of doing it like they're right there on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
setting up little like makeshift grills.
Yeah, man. I could tell you though that was
like vegetables with like vegetables on the cob and all that stuff. Like little what you call those things? What you call them? Like when you got all the different veggies on the stick.
Yeah.
The shish kebab.
There you go.
Shish kebab. Yeah, shish kebab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what though? I know what though. Let me just say this though, man. I'm gonna say this. It was a tremendous privilege to watch. Even when the time at the Forum. I've been to many Great Western Forum games when the Lakers play. I was there as a kid when Magic was playing. I was there when
Man.
Kobe and Shaq was playing. There was times I gone to the Staples Center and watched them play. And I can tell you this, though. It still kind of hurts to me in a way to watch the Lakers in Inglewood. Because I grew up in Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts. It hurts, man. And now the Clippers are going to go over there. They got a stadium being built in England. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Seriously. The Clippers.
The Clippers. What they're going to where? Inglewood. That's
Yeah,
lazy.
an arena.
Oh man, that's devastating, man. That's devastating.
I know. Let me just say this: I'm a Clipper fan too, but for them to go to Inglewood like that, dude, I'm like, nah, man. What the fuck?
They're the wrong hood, man.
They're the wrong hood. I know.
It's like remember Menace to Society? Like they dropped us off in the wrong hood where the essay stay.
Oh yeah, but the essays helped us though, man. They took us to the hot.
Like they was cool.
They was cool, though. But let me just say this though, man. I just think that to me personally, it's just to me memories and tradition. I value that a lot, man. And,
yeah.
And I can tell you this though, when the Lakers left the Forum, I mean, the Kobe put some memories in there too. Let's not forget that, not just in LA, but in Inglewood too. Mm-hmm. You know, you had Shaq there, you had Fox there at the time. I mean, but Kobe and Shaq were the talk of the town in Inglewood, and Inglewood loved Kobe Bryant. Let's be real. Yeah. Inglewood loves Kobe Bryant. You disrespect Kobe Bryant in Inglewood, your ass and they make it out of your life.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Anywhere in LA, man. Anywhere. Downtown, East Valley, East LA, you know what I mean? Yeah. Boyle Heights, you go down to Boyle Heights, you like they ain't no way out of there if you start talking some shit.
Well, that's the same with Iverson though. You say some shit about Iverson in Philly, they're no good idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kobe, like I don't know how it is in Chicago.
Talk that good shit about Kobe and Watts, man. You getting laid down.
Yeah, you see, yeah, for real, real talk. But the thing is, like, I know his daughter's passed away, and obviously we don't really know about the parents, right? But it's a shame, right? I mean, it's a shame. It's a killer that his daughter. I mean, she looked like she was showing little qualities like that. I mean, her career ain't even started. She's just a young girl. Like the two of them. It's horrible, man. Yeah. I mean, we pay tribute to Kobe, but obviously to his daughter. And the
I posted a link in the chat too. EJ, it might be a little hard to listen to now, but it was Kobe on the Jimmy Kimmel show talking about his daughter. It's him talking about his daughter. So,
Yeah.
In the private chat on StreamYard.
Yeah. All right. Let me see that.
Yeah, it's him on Jimmy Kimmel show talking about his daughter and like him bringing her up and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it is shocking, man. I mean,
it's a nice moment for when it happened. It just makes it all the more tragic now.
Oh man.
But you know what though? I mean, if you look at her, as you say, EJ, if you look at her, she's starting to have shades of her father in a way. The jump shot, the court IQ. It's like athleticism. She was about to develop that. Maybe she would have been a great WNBA player. That's what she was striving for. Which, by the way, they got that big ass bump in their salary. The top players can earn $500,000 a year now. So, they got that deal. But it is what it is. But that's besides the point. But the point is that it would have been amazing to see her grow up to be her father. But we can't get to see that now. It's fucked up.
Yeah, man. They were bonding a lot,
spending
good quality time, and they were together on the way probably to a practice or.
Yeah, he was with her. Yeah, he was like the super coach. You know what I mean? Making sure he used to watch every practice, everything. And understand, like, and they're flying, when they fly with the helicopter, they land in the school. Oh, man, that's Kobe and my dad. I mean, that's impressive. But, like, you know what I mean? It's like, in the way I say it, like, I just talked to Spencer Fear. He's like, yo, man, he was in Dubai, and they asked him to take a helicopter. I think where Andy Joshua was. He said, no, I'm not doing no helicopter. I'm just gonna go by a car. And I was like, yo, okay, but I'm the same. When it's your time, it's your time. I don't really think to me it was so I know the helicopter's unsafe, but cars are unsafe. Like my brother had a serious car accident like last year. It was very serious, and it just happened because the car stopped in front. One car smashed in the back. My mom smashed into the back of that. Someone smashed the back of my mama. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. So when it's your time, it's your time. It's unfortunate. That's Kobe's pride. What do you call it? The late. What they call it when people die way too early? I think untimely. I think it's untimely.
Untimely death. Yeah, untimely death. Yeah. Well, it's not exactly when you're young. It's just not when it's not expected. You know what I mean?
I don't think. Yeah. Because usually when death is expected, if people got a disease or it's people at the end of the or people are old, then it's kind of expected. But you're right. It's untimely. It's not expected. It's definitely not expected, right?
Right.
It's devastating. In fact, it's absolutely devastating. It's absolutely devastating. It's a fact that's what I'm trying to say. Us lot, we you know, we're trying to, right, and you guys listen, we're trying to cope. We're trying to cope with just talking about it. You know what I mean? This is we just all trying to cope with right now. You know what I mean? So
I
Exactly.
remember how that Lakers dynasty started with that alley oop, the Shaq and the Staples Centers, man. When he had
Oh, the
Kobe and Pippen.
Trailblazers. Yeah. The Blazers and Pippen, the Trailblazers.
I never lie. I was rooting for Rashid and them, and you know they had a good team.
Oh man, you know what? You mentioned that, B Mark. The Portland Trailblazers fans will be like, nah, man, don't bring that up. The Trailblazers blew a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
Hey,
Of course, they did.
Blew it, man.
Hey, what about the Sacramento Kings, bro?
Sacramento
Don't bring
Kings,
that up. Nah, let me just say this one. As a Laker fan, the Kings got robbed out of that series, man. I know you can argue. You can argue they had game 7. I get that. But that's besides the point. It's the principle. Game 6, the infamous game 6. We all know what happened in that game 6. As a Laker fan, the Lakers didn't deserve that victory. I'm sorry, they didn't. I'm just keeping it real.
They didn't.
They did not deserve that win. There's no way how you tell me that a team like that deserved to get to the free throw line 28 times or 27 times in the fourth quarter. No way hell.
That's Kobe. Like when you're Kobe, you're LeBron, you're Michael Jordan, you're Larry Bird, you're Magic. You get the referees give you the thing. Iverson.
Yeah, but that referee went to federal prison for rigging that game.
No, but like, bro, I heard that say one of them referees. They used to set Iverson up because I didn't like the way Iverson. So when Iverson used to go to the rack, they never used to call fouls. That's probably why he occurred all them injuries. That's devastating, you know. Iverson's career probably got a longer, but they just let him get fouled a lot because they didn't like the way he was conducted, or didn't the way he looked.
They didn't like him. It's like Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, but Kobe, they love Kobe, bro. Kobe goes to the rack, yo, Kobe getting that whistle, bro. Kobe's getting that whistle. And you know the thing about Kobe, I never really heard him. I never really saw him really abuse a referee. I never really saw that, you know, with Kobe. You know what I mean?
No, he did. He abused one.
He
abused
one.
Not many times, though. Not many times.
Not many times. He abused one. He called him that, you know.
Yeah, I see Michael Jordan right referees all the time, bro. No, not Kobe. Not really. He carried himself.
The F word, the new F word.
Yeah, he called him the F word. Yeah, he called him FAGOT. He got fined over $200,000. I think $100,000 for that too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I'm not trying to say rarely. I didn't say never, but I said rarely.
Yeah, rarely. You're right though, EJ.
Yeah, because Kobe used to get them calls. That's what I'm saying. Kobe.
Yeah, but you know, let me see. Go back to that referee thing, man. Let me just say this though. You may have a point there, EJ, because let's not forget the referees. Like when Clyde Drexler was playing for the Portland Trailblazers, one referee did not like him. It was Jake O'Donnell. Okay. Every time Drexler went to the hole, he got hacked, and Jake O'Donnell was right in position to make that call. He would not call anything because he did not like Clyde Drexler. Hugh Hollins, rest his soul. He didn't like the Chicago Bulls. He used to call every fucking thing against the Bulls that would cost him a game. I remember this too. In the game against the Knicks, in Game 5 of the playoffs that year, when Pippen was MVP that year, right?
Yeah.
When it was Game 5, when Pippen was trying to block the shot against Hubert Davis, they called a foul, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was a kid. I watched that too, and I was like, "Wait a minute." I looked at that play, and I was like, "No, that was no fucking foul." Pippen didn't even touch him. Hubert Davis was acting on that fucking shot too when he fell back. He didn't touch him. At that time, you don't make a call like that. The Bulls, it cost. You could say the Bulls is like, well, they had 2 games to beat the fucking Knicks that year. Okay, I get that. That's besides the point. The point is that killed their momentum when that foul was called, man. It was not a fucking foul. Hugh Hollins not only he did that so many times against the Bulls every chance he got, man. It just got to the point that referees have biases against certain teams, against certain players. That's just the way it is. And Mike Mathis was just like that too. So I just wanted to throw her out there. You're right about Iverson. A lot of guys in the referees didn't like him.
I couldn't believe it. I saw it recently. I couldn't believe they because I know as a player, when you go in there, you get hacked, bro. And not to get them calls. And Iverson used to, the way Iverson, I said, bro, no wonder he's a Hall of Famer, because the players knew what was going on, and the referee, they used to look at the referee side. I couldn't believe these referees. They should be done for assault, bro. The amount of broken bones he got, he didn't need to get all them bones, man. Broken bones, just to even get a call. That's disgusting. Them guys, I don't know. And the thing is, I understand we mentioned David Stern, but a lot of the things you know, you complain about things. They used to let things go, but I'm thinking to myself, them referees needed to get sacked, bro. They used to wipe them out, bring a whole new fresh referee set in who was gonna call the game, how they were supposed to call the game, bro. Because at the end of the day, like these people, when they go in, they can get really hurt. You know what I mean? We saw the other day, the college game where one of the kids stole the ball and the other kid run down and blocked him, and you saw how that went down. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe the referee should have blew the whistle at the end of the game. You thought, and then Dick Vitale said that kid should be one of the kids picked up the chair, right? And then Dick Vitale said that kid should be banned for life. And I was happy to see Jalen Rose and some of them guys, because when Jalen Rose, when he was playing for the Michigan, the Fab Five, right? And they were doing their thing with the bald head, they used to get, Bill Water used to go in on them. And there was no representation. You know what I'm talking about? Representation in the media to kind of say, fall back on them. But this time, Jalen Rose, obviously, he done his master's in college as for media, right? So he's there, and they say, nah, them kids don't deserve to get banned for life. What you talking about?
Exactly. You talk about the kids. Yeah.
I mean, what did the Fab Five really do apart from look a certain way? Didn't like the bald head, didn't like the dark sock, didn't like the earring, didn't like the sock.
Yeah, they like the black socks and black shoes.
They never hurt no one, right? But just didn't like the way they looked, right? And so we gonna do this, we gonna do that, right? So when it came to that situation with the kids, you gonna ban them 10 games or how many games, then 5. But if they ban them 10 games, I think they might miss March. No, they're gonna make it for March Madness, right? But what I'm saying is this: end of the day, I think if you look at other things like hockey and other things, right, they violent, right? But in basketball, like that's thing going. I mean, none of the fans really got hurt. I mean, what can you really do in that situation? But I think going back to Kobe Bryant, the way he conducted himself is a representation of how a man is supposed to conduct. He dealt with some real stuff, you know what I mean? Real stuff in his life, and he dealt with it well. He fought back every single time. But this one here, this is devastating. I mean, Kobe, if he was a boxer, he'd probably be the greatest boxer of all time. If he had boxing skills, Kobe was he was a master of his game, bro. He was a master of his game, you know what I'm saying? I remember seeing him and Michael. I think my best memory of him is when I see him and Michael Jordan in the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying?
That's to me my favorite All-Star game of all time. That matchup of how they put on a show.
Yeah, they did.
And Mike was old. Remember, 98, that was his last year as a Bull. Was MVP, and he put on a show, and it was remarkable. And KG was also a rookie, and him, not a rookie, but like first year All-Star.
It was his first year All-Star. Yeah. Garnett was a first year All-Star this third year.
That was his third year. Kobe, that was Kobe's second year, right?
And they put on a show, man.
Yeah, they put on a show, man. They put that. The two of them, they would have they said they were going to be the future.
That's my most memorable All-Star game of all time.
It was beautiful. Man. You see Michael Jordan, Kobe, you see Kobe had to learn certain things in that thing, you know, and Kobe learned that well. Kobe's game well developed. His post game was nice. That's the thing about the game, right? Kobe realized the little old school moves you could do, little post moves. When it came to Shaq, Kobe learned all that. Like he was there. I remember Kobe and Shaq, you couldn't even stop one of them two, bro. If Kobe coming through the lane, medium range jump shot, 3-point, wherever you wanted, right? Then if you double team it, he'll kick it to Shaq. Kobe could pass well. His assists could pass well. I mean, this is on the court. Kobe was, he was a triple threat, bro. He was a real triple threat.
I remember Kobe Bryant. What I was about to say, Kobe Bryant, when he played with Shaq, you know, that was a good combination, you know what I mean? And they couldn't get over the hump till they got Glenn Rice. They always needed a third scorer. They got a championship with Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice was doing it. Then they need him again because they figured out how to do it now.
Yeah, they figured out to put out the pieces together. Yeah, I mean, plus Glenn Rice was getting old anyway. It was about that time for him, you know what I mean? The injuries.
That was his last good season. He averaged 17 with y'all.
Yeah, he did. You know, he was a good role player, you know. He a good backup. He knew his role. He had to limit his responsibilities. You know, and Glenn Rice himself even mentioned this. I think in one of his interviews, he's glad to be someone in a role player because he felt he was getting tired of trying to carry the team by himself. He got tired of it. You know, he tried that with Miami. He had some success in Charlotte. He went to the playoffs once with Miami. But
sorry to interrupt you. I've just seen footage of the plane going down. You know, of the helicopter going down. You know.
Oh no!
Yo, that's crazy, bro. I can't.
Oh my god!
Yeah, man. I've just
why are they even showing that? I mean, are they showing the site or did the actual fact that
they just lost control? It just kept spinning. I don't know if this is real though. Like it kept spinning into it. I'll put it into the thing. They've actually sort of got footage of it, man. This is devastating. It's like you see it. You see it just start spinning. He just lost control and he just kept spinning.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm never going in a helicopter, because if one of those propellers gets shot, it's done. There's no way you can control it.
Yeah.
It's simple. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting on no fucking helicopter. I'm not getting on a private plane. You can't force me to get on those. I don't care.
Yeah, but then I'll push back on that, right? I'll tell you, like I said, my mom was in a car accident the other day. Like that, and I'm telling you, be fair, yeah. When it's your time, it's your time. I could say I said the same thing, right? And especially I wouldn't want to get in the thing. But I could say I don't want to get in a car, I don't want to get in the train. You don't know that, like really and truly, like I know we can try and prevent it, right? But it's your time, you know what I mean? Like these things it's like I'm not trying to say it's supposed to happen, but it's just freak. These are freak accidents, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, he probably took that helicopter over 100 times. Gone to school. You know what I'm saying to you? Like over 100 times, and this time, and remember again, he's in there. He's like nothing's happened. Is doing it, and all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it spun out of control. I don't know if this footage is correct. I mean, I've uploaded into the chat right now. You guys are seeing a bit. So Dan, you see it'll be on Dan's one right now, so you can see it. But what I'm saying, I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. I mean, what they're gonna say? If you guys are watching the news report now, if the news thing comes on, let me know. Turn the volume. I want to hear what they have to say. The report.
All right, I will. Right now, they're still kind of overviewing like tweets and stuff like that.
Yeah, check out. So now in the chat, right? I've just put this. I'm just downloading it right now in the chat. They said they got footage. I don't know if this footage is authentic though, but it looks like the helicopter lost control and it just spun and it just kept falling down. It had a big explosion when it landed, massive explosion. So they just died on impact. I don't know if it's true.
I mean, I'd imagine it might be just because of the fact that like that tends to be like what happens with helicopter crashes in particular. You know what I mean? They go down. You know what I mean? They go down fast. Like there's those things that like electrocute insects or whatever. They hit it and then they go down instantly. That's the way that helicopters tend to crash. It's not like planes where it's like they have a certain degree of like drift before they finally hit the ground.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, well, let's see. I mean, I know the Lakers, organization.
I remember the same thing when Left Eye died. Left Eye Lopez, Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? With Houston. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Michael Jack.
But I mean, here's the thing though. Like everybody's talking about this. You know what I mean? Arnold Schwarzenegger was tweeting about it. Barack Obama's tweeting about it. Tim Cook of Apple is tweeting about it. Like everybody. Anybody that had any interaction with this guy whatsoever, like on like just watching him or in person. You know what I mean? They all know how much of an impact he had.
Yeah.
Well, it's you mentioned those untimely deaths, EJ. But here's the thing, though. No disrespect. It's just like their deaths didn't really stop the clock. Let's put it that way.
No,
Michael Jackson and Kobe Bryant is on that level. When the world stops, when you hear this happen, Prince too. Same thing with Prince.
Yeah. Most of the time, like Michael Jordan, he's living his life, right? He's living his life. Yeah, you're right. If it happened right now, yes, 100%. But like it says, it's all untimely. I understand. I agree with you 100%. But most of the time, people can live their lives at least 20, 30, and certain people die. I remember Jerome Kersey, he died some years ago.
Yeah.
They live their life usually, yeah. Like I've just put in the chat right now. If you guys check on Dan's chat, I put it in the chat so you guys have a look. But most people live their life, right? But Kobe's like, when you live at 40, your life just starts at 40. That's why your life starts at 40. You know what I mean?
Like here's the thing, you got to remember, like Kobe, he spent all of these years as an adult, basically playing the game and being like the center of everything. Yeah. So like he probably very rarely, if ever, had any real time to himself to relax, to read a newspaper, to like just to like to reflect on stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like he was barely getting into that portion of his life where he could actually have time to himself and to enjoy himself and his family and so on. And he barely even had time to do that.
You guys check it out and you tell me what you think, man.
Because I mean, you got to think like when you're that big of a celebrity, that high profile, like you can't be left alone. You're doing something every day. Like whether it's practice or a game or traveling for the season or even in the off season, having to do just various things. Having to make make like be in at media appointments and things of that nature.
Okay, I just saw the video. Jesus Christ.
And even still having to practice while off season, you know, because you can't get out of shape. So
Right. Yeah, it blew up. Of course, it exploded. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's real or not, but like it's devastating. But that's the thing.
I mean, if you look at the background, it kind of somewhat resembles Calabasas because Calabasas is a hilly. It's a city full of hills, and you know, and
a lot of hills and a lot of like plains.
Yeah, a lot of hills and plains.
Like tall grass.
It crashes. It went. Yeah, you could say that's Calabasas. I mean,
And you think when you're rich, it's like rich people, they think differently. It's like, yo, man, where we gonna go? Oh man, we just take a plane that's down there. I remember one rich guy was saying, oh yeah, man, we want to go, man, let's go Miami, right? Goes, yeah, let's jump in the boat. But they didn't check the forecast, and I think one of them didn't go. And like some of the people, they jumped in their yacht or one of them big yachts, and they went down there, and they didn't know there was a typhoon and that boat crashed and smashed up. It's like rich people, they think differently. It's like, oh yeah, we just gonna get let's go take a helicopter. You know what I mean? Who thinks in the morning like, yo, let's jump in a helicopter, we're gonna be in school. So basically her school routine was getting in the helicopter, bro. You know what I mean?
Like, just to beat the traffic so that way they don't be stuck in traffic trying to get ready.
Man, you know what I'm saying? We went to the best school and we gonna think. You know, you think, this is just me in it. Like you drive down there, you know, this day you have a house near where the school is, and then you stay there for a couple of weeks, and then when the school's finished, then you drive back, you take it easy. But no. We gonna get a helicopter. I'm not blaming no one. You know, that's how rich people think. Like they don't think how we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Did you play the Kareem clip earlier or no?
The creep? No, I'm gonna play it right now.
I got it.
You gonna play it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
It's very difficult for me to put in words how I feel about the loss of Kobe Bryant. As a young boy, I met him when he was 11 or 12 years old. I was friends with his dad, Joe. We were former adversaries. Joe played for the 76ers, but he was a good friend and someone that I shared a friendship. And it's hard for me to understand now how this is affecting Joe and his wife. So to Kobe's family, I want to send my most sincere and heartfelt regrets and prayers, and my thoughts are with you guys. Kobe was an incredible family man. He loved his wife and daughters. He was an incredible athlete and a leader in a lot of ways. He inspired a whole generation of young athletes. He was one of the first ones to leave high school and come to the NBA and do so well, dominating the game and becoming one of the best scorers that the Los Angeles Lakers has ever seen. I had the privilege of being there when he scored his 81-point game, and it was something that I will always remember as one of the highlights of the things that I have learned and observed in sports. Kobe, my thoughts are with you. Absolutely. Rest in peace, young man. This loss it's just hard to comprehend. Go with God.
That's it.
That's deep, bro. That's deep, man. You know what I mean? That Rich Kimball, he does all the show for Los Angeles, right?
Jimmy Kimmel, yeah, he has a show in Hollywood. That's
he does the Tonight Show. Like he's one of the guys that took up after like Jay Leno and David Letterman retired.
And Johnny Carson. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. Johnny Carson, Dave Letterman, and Jay Leno take up after Johnny Carson.
Well, I mean, he carries that torch basically. So
yeah,
in Los Angeles, definitely 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Him and Jimmy Fallon and like Conan O'Brien, those are like the big time talk show guys.
Well, I mean, what do you think you guys is gonna happen now? Just on a side note, somebody brought this up too. It's like, do you think the NBA would change go away from the Jerry West logo? Maybe the Kobe Bryant logo.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Though. I think Jerry. It's up to us, Jerry. I think that'd be cool, man. I think that'd be cool.
And that would be Jerry West. He has to make that consent, right?
Oh, that's a beautiful tribute, bro. I'd love that. Yeah. I love that. I'm actually pushing for that.
I mean, even if they only did it temporarily, like that'd be dope.
No. I think most people say no. That Most people might say, "Oh, you might be okay." We've got a statement from the police. Let's hear it from the police right now.
Well, I'm only talking about because the branding of the NBA since like almost like they've gone worldwide has been that same logo. So it's
Yeah, that's true. For the last 40 years, almost 50 years now.
yeah. So that'd be like changing the McDonald's logo. You know what I mean? Like from the arches to something else. So that's why I'm just saying it's a little bit tougher than it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the police commission talking right now. You know, let me try. I'm trying to now. Let me put this link in the chat and you can play this. Right? They got the police guy talking right now on the news. Let me B Mosh try to jump back in. 1 minute, B Mosh. There you are, B Mosh. Let me put it in the chat. 1 minute, Dan.
You put it in a hangout chat or what?
Yeah, the hangout.
Okay, yes,
the private chat. The private chat. Yeah.
No.
You put it in the hangout? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the hangout open. So
that one. There it is.
He put it in my hangout. Man's hangout. You look at there.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the news is the thing is people are just finding the news around the world. Horrific, no words.
Oh shit! Hold up.
Firefighters on scene indicated that there was a debris field and steep terrain with a quarter-acre brush fire that was occurring at the time. Our firefighters hiked in to the accident site with their medical equipment and hose lines to extinguish the stubborn fire, as it included the brush fire, debris from the helicopter, and the fire also included magnesium, which is very hard for our firefighters to extinguish because magnesium reacts with oxygen and water. In addition to our firefighters hiking into the incident, we had one helicopter flying to the incident with firefighter paramedics on board. Those paramedics were hoisted down to the incident early into the incident. They did a search of the area for survivors. Unfortunately, all the survivors on board were determined to have been perished. Firefighters and hand crews worked to extinguish the fire while carefully preserving the incident for investigation. Currently, this investigation is still ongoing. I would like to turn this over to my sheriff to continue the press briefing.
Thank you, Chief Osby. Personnel from Los Angeles Sheriff's Station responded to the scene of the crash site and assisted the fire department, and we've established a containment area, and now our Aero Bureau has a handle on traffic or aircraft accidents. However, when there's a fatality, then it switches to the National Transportation Safety Bureau, the NTSB, and the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. FAA is already on scene and assisting. We're waiting the arrival of the coroner's office to assist in the recovery of the remains. As the chief indicated, there were no survivors. We have a manifest that indicates that there was 9 people on board the aircraft, the pilot plus 8 individuals. There is wide speculation of who the identities are. However, it would be entirely inappropriate right now to identify anyone by name until the coroner has made the identification through their very deliberative process, and they've made notifications to next of kin. And it'd be extremely disrespectful to understand that your loved one was perished and you learn about it from TMZ. That is just wholly inappropriate. So we're not going to be going there. We're going to wait till the coroner does their job, and we're assisting the families of those who believe they've been impacted. And it's a tough process. And our hope goes out to all of the members who were on board, all the family of everyone who was on board this aircraft, and God bless their souls. So at this point in time, we have nothing that we can add until the coroner does their job, and we'll be making those notifications when we have the information and we know the next of kin have been notified. Then we can release the information publicly, and you'll be notified in subsequent announcements.
There is one thing you can confirm. Do we have a confirmation actually of 9 bodies there at the scene?
That is our belief, yes.
9 bodies.
So we realize at this point there are so many questions. There's a lot of information out there, and again, we understand. There's a lot of information.
9 bodies.
Yeah, that's what they just said.
Yeah, now look it off. Yeah, because you don't want to think me joking. Yeah, the guy said, "Yeah, TMZ."
City Council. We thank them for being here.
Yeah, No. The guy saying, yeah, that TMC should report it. Why their news report? Like, what do you mean it's totally inappropriate? What you talking about? Like,
yeah,
look,
I didn't get that either. I'm like, what the fuck you mean inappropriate? I mean, what do you mean?
What do you mean, man? Like, he's gonna. That's what social media does. They're gonna, if they get the scoop quicker than you, they're gonna put it out. It's not like they putting out false information. But it's nine bodies. What you mean?
Yeah. That's what the dude that was asking that question. I'm not sure where he was reporting from, but
9.
But he confirmed it. So
9 bodies. So
9 bodies, man.
Oh Jesus!
Man.
So 9 people total.
Yeah. So you got the pilot, another guy, right?
You got Kobe, the pilot, and his daughter Gigi.
Yeah, that's
the other 6.
Yeah, they're reconfirming it right now too. They're saying 9
one
people.
was a parent and a player, a kid who plays.
That's Zach Randolph.
Huh?
Oh, you know
No,
what?
no.
You know what it was? It's probably security. You know, it's probably security.
Yeah, but one,
it's probably security.
One was a kid and a parent.
Right.
Yeah,
So that would make up 5 total of the 9.
6, right? 6.
No. Kobe, his daughter, a parent, their daughter, and then the pilot. That's 5.
The pilot and another guy though. There must be 2 pilots though, right?
Yeah, that's be 2 pilots.
Yeah, 2 pilots. I'm saying that's 6. And then
sure?
Yeah. 2 pilots. And then 2 pilots, and then you got.
Security. Here's the thing though. It's a private helicopter, so I don't know if there's like similar. The same rules like FAA standard. I don't know the FAA standards.
No,
so I don't know.
I don't think Kobe will go anywhere without security. They have security, so they probably have like the other bodies are probably security.
I believe so.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's security, man, because he don't go nowhere without things, because fans and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think with security probably there, and then you probably have, it's probably security like the other bodies maybe security. So it's devastating. I'm just speculating. You know what I mean? Because Kobe, I can't imagine him going to school with parents and stuff like that without no security. I couldn't imagine that. You know what I mean? You have probably have security who stays with his daughter in case someone tries. When he's rich, his daughter's rich. You don't want to get her getting kidnapped, right? So Kobe's got his own personal security. 2 security guards. That's the kid. You know what I'm saying? And oh man, this is wrong, man. This is just wrong, boy. This is just wrong. We got what's her name? Cherry? Is it Cherry Contin?
Cheryl Conte.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. Read it out.
Yeah, Cheryl Conte. She says horrific, no words. A young man, his daughter, with mom and sister expected them home for dinner. My heart goes out to Vanessa and the children. I wish I could help. You know what? Your words are very well taken, Miss Conte or Mrs. And I'll pay their respects to Vanessa and her, and her children as well. We'll just hope they can get through this very time. And it's going to be difficult for them. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's going to be very difficult. It's going to probably take them a long while to get through this. A long time. Yeah. So. Back to that statement by, was it a sheriff? Was that a sheriff deputy who reported that was disrespectful for TMZ to report this?
It was somebody from the sheriff's department.
What the fuck? What did he expect? What does he expect? This is the age of social media. Of course, the news is going to get out. Come on, man.
And that's how the police are, Dan. You know that, man. These guys, they're control freaks, and they're power hungry, and they don't like anybody. They don't like anybody breaking news about what's going on, except they want to be the ones to break the news first.
It's too bad. It's too bad. I get that, but as some cops would say themselves, if with integrity, they say, you know what, we cannot be everywhere. We cannot control everything. So there you go. So don't sit there and put that bullshit out talking about it's disrespectful for people, for outlets like TMZ to report it. What do you expect?
I agree with you, Dan. I'm just saying don't be surprised that's how one of these guys is acting.
Right. Yeah, I hear you, man. would you have said the same thing if NBC broke the story, if ABC broke the story? What would you have said? If they've done it, or the LA Times, some would have broke the story. Get the fuck out of here, man. Anyways,
hey, I got Jay. Let me. I don't know if my volume's loud because I think yours now. I got Jay Williams. I think he's emotional on Sports Center. Let me hear what he has to say. I'm gonna play that right now.
Jason Williams, not DJ Jason Williams, but the one play for the Bulls and Duke. Yeah, that Jason Williams.
Let me give it to now because my volume for some reason ain't that loud. So I'm gonna put it in the. I'm gonna put it in this chat now. Do you want to put it in the StreamYard chat or that Dan's chat?
Actually, you know what? Go ahead and put it in dance chat because I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up here on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what he has to say.
In a second.
See what Woj. Yes, him. I think him thing. So certain people, I know what certain people won't comment.
Jalen Rose talking like right now. Y'all trying to hear it?
What's that?
Say what?
Jalen Rose live.
Oh yeah, give it. Put it.
Hey, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, let's turn it on.
No, let.
Yeah.
Gone way soon and continues to serve as an example of a 41-year-old man. Wow. And I've said this on multiple occasions. We can't just take the time and energy to bring flowers to the funeral, so to speak, to those that we love, but also bring them soup when they're sick. And if there's people in your life that you have strained relations with, I remember I had a point in my life where I didn't meet my father, and I felt really bitter about it my entire life. And to have the opportunity to release that energy and that negativity on my heart, that anxiety, I just want to implore everybody that can hear my voice, if you have that opportunity to do that in your life with friends and families, take that opportunity, because life clearly is way too short.
Well said, Gianna. I know you said you lived in downtown Los Angeles for years. We should mention the Lakers are off today. They're off tomorrow. They'll be back in action Tuesday at the Staples Center, where thousands have gathered outside right now to pay tribute to Kobe Bryant. They will take on the Los Angeles Clippers on that night, and you can only imagine.
Oh my goodness.
In that building
Wow.
Tuesday night in downtown Los Angeles. Before I let you go, at 41 years old, with everything he accomplished as a father and a player, probably more important as a father, he would tell you, Kobe Bryant's legacy is?
Kobe Bryant's legacy of one of great discipline, great dedication. You talked about him being a father and being a husband, and watching players, how they evolve when they retire. It's a transition. It's not about how much money that you made or the accolades that you've been able to achieve. It's the ability to reinvent yourself. And I remember doing an 81 Olives commercial with Kobe Bryant, and in that commercial he talked about being a businessman, being an investor, being somebody that's going to coach his daughters and continue to be a beacon for hope in society. So we lost a truly great man, and I'm really devastated by it.
Those are the words of Jalen Rose joining us for his perspective tonight here on the death of Kobe Bryant, 41.
Yeah, man. That's Jalen Rose giving his thoughts.
Hey,
No, he's always gonna be mentioned with Kobe Bryant at times because Kobe dropped 81 on him in the Raptors. You know what I mean?
Yo, you wanted the Jay Williams?
Yeah, do Jay Williams, and after that we got Stephen A. Go play that. Right.
I don't know if I want to play Stephen A. to be honest with you.
No, I want to play Stephen A.
Yeah, I gotta hear Stephen A.
All right. All right.
We still
we get caught up in this world in debates and who's the greatest, and love to judge people and off the court and on the court decisions. I think a lot of times we forget about who people are. And I know for me, I had a defining moment in my life that he pushed me in the right direction. And for somebody who's a new father who has a baby girl, I'm not going to say prayers and condolences because I don't even know how you capture this moment, man. I know everybody's coming out with their Kobe Bryant story, and that's fine. But he is just, he was one of the most special individuals I've ever met. And it wasn't just his on-the-court performance. It was who he wanted to be, how he held himself. And we're all prone to make mistakes. We all live this life. But his innate character, his being, his spirit was incredible. It was just incredible. And it's rare that I've been around a lot of people in my life. And every time I was around him, if that was through the Players Tribune, if that was through as a player, if that was through random workouts, there's something so damn uplifting about him. It just made you want to be better in every aspect of your life because that's who he was. And that's the standard of excellence that he held himself to all the time. And today's a tough day. Today's a hard day. And I hope that everybody at home, you give that person next to you, whatever thing you have wrong in your life with them, if this might be small or big, let that go. Doesn't matter. I know I curse. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
None of that stuff matters, man. This is it's about life and being precious with every damn second we have here. Because from somebody who knows who almost happened to me like that, man, it's just over. It's done randomly, arbitrarily. And you know, his 4 girls and his wife. We need to come around them and support them and help them. And the NBA should cancel all games today. I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, we should mention there are 8 games in the NBA today. It appears as though at least the Rockets-Nuggets game is going off because they did hold a moment of silence, a moment of prayer in a sense before they tipped off this afternoon to eulogize and to remember one of the greatest players that's ever picked up a basketball. I know he impacted your life personally, professionally, way beyond the game. And you can answer this from a basketball perspective or beyond. What separated Kobe Bryant from other people?
You know, so my rookie year, I only played 1 year in the league. And my rookie year, we were playing against the championship Lakers. And it's Kobe, Shaq, that squad. And I remember I was in a slump, wasn't playing well, I was getting sidetracked throughout the season, doing things I shouldn't be doing. And, you know, pumped up about playing this guy here. And I got to the Staples Center early that day, around 2 o'clock, 2:33 to shoot and get 400 made shots. And, you know, I walk in with the ball boy and I'm putting on my sneakers. And who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant working out so hard, like game-like moves. And watching him like, all right, thank you. No, that's my motivation for the day. That's great. I get a chance to work out when Kobe Bryant's working out. And I go and I do my workout, and I work out for about an hour and 15 minutes. And I go back on the sideline, and I unlace my shoes, and I keep hearing the ball bounce. I look down, and this guy's still going. He's still going. And it's still the same type of moves that I saw him going from the moment I walked in the gym. And I sat there and watched him for 10 minutes, and then I left. I was like, there's no way this guy's going to be able to have enough energy to play against us tonight. And that night, he just destroyed us. He destroyed us in every facet of the game. And I remember after the whole game was over, I was like, don't be that cheesy dude. Don't ask another man, like another guy, like where that drive comes from. But I couldn't help myself. I sought him out, and I found him. I said, you know, like, why? Why'd you stay and keep working out? And this line changed my life as a person. He said, because I saw you come in the gym, and I wanted you to know that no matter how hard you worked, you weren't going to outwork me. And it was one of those things where I was sitting there saying, like, who am I? Who am I? But that's just how he was. That's the cloth he was cut from. That's who he was every day in every facet of his life. You know, if it was him trying to be better, coming up with cartoons, the animated series, and winning a damn Oscar. It was him trying to be better as a person. Look, I don't know every aspect about Kobe, but I know how he touched me in my life. And that moment right there was, I know my career ended short, but I carry that in everything I do. Like that's how I attack my life. And if it's with my wife, being a better husband, if it's with my daughter, being a better dad, if it's with work, how do I work more? How do I work better? How do I work more efficiently? That's a huge part of who I am because of that moment. And I can never thank him enough for that.
Your words have been incredibly poignant. The San Antonio Spurs are going to tip off in 9 minutes. I would imagine they'll ask Greg Popovich, who's had his great duels with Kobe over the years, to talk about it after the game. As I mentioned, 8 games in the association today. The Lakers will not play today or tomorrow. They will play the Los Angeles Clippers at the Staples Center on Tuesday night, and you can only imagine the amount of emotion that might be welling up in that building. Last thing for you, Jay. Like yourself, he was a father, a husband. Kobe was an NBA legend. He was even an Academy Award winner. On and off the court, you seemingly know him very well from the comments you've just given. Kobe Bean Bryant's legacy will be?
You know, I don't know how to define the greatness in his legacy. It's one of those things that it can't be put into words. You had to be around him to feel it. It spoke for itself. It was this aura that he had around him. You didn't need to hear somebody paraphrase it, or it was greatness, man.
Simply put.
I can't explain greatness.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
Yeah,
The other one.
Let me see what Stephen A. Smith has to say.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Stephen A., how are you processing this information right now, brother?
It's just devastating. Obviously, I found out a few minutes after the reports came out, and it's a guy I've known for his entire career, and I've known him pretty well, and we've talked a lot and throughout the years, and knowing what a winner he was, not just on the basketball court, but off of it, how inspirational he was, how motivational he was in terms of really helping to instill in other people, just the tenacity and the focus on being all that you could be, never taking any shortcuts, a willingness to put in the work, to rip yourself and shred yourself of the excuses of the things that hold you back from achieving the things that you aspire to achieve. It wasn't just about basketball with him. It was about life. And that Mamba mentality wasn't something that was reserved for just basketball players or for just athletes. It was for any human being out there who had a dream, who felt the need to be inspired about something, who wanted something so badly. It was about going out and getting it. And he was just that kind of guy. And he laughed a lot more than people realized. He told a lot of jokes more than people realized. He'd sting you whenever he could because that was his way. He was a guy that he was a great basketball player. He was a great father. He loved his wife, Vanessa, obviously, tremendously. He was a great friend. We were just together on New Year's Eve, and we were supposed to meet again in a few weeks to discuss some things, and to just hear the news that he passed away, particularly in this fashion. He's been taking a helicopter for decades, living in Newport Beach and, flying, toward downtown to LA to the Staples Center, to and from games all the time for many, many years. He loved being in that helicopter. He certainly was never really concerned about it. And for him to be gone, particularly through these means, is incredibly tragic, and it's sad. And to know that his daughter was on the helicopter with him, it just resonated even that much more profoundly. So obviously, it's incredibly sad for me, incredibly sad for the NBA community, and it's just hard to put it in words. To be quite honest with you, that's the best I can do.
Stephen A., Kobe Bryant's been a public figure for more than 2 decades, as you mentioned. I mean, he took Brandy to high school prom, right? I mean, who got to do that? But Kobe Bryant did that. Then he comes into the NBA with the bravado of a 10-year veteran, even if he didn't have the skills at that time to match it. But then 5 NBA championships, an MVP, 2 gold medals at the Olympics. We've seen Kobe Bryant for quite some time. And from a fan standpoint, if you will, we feel like we do know who Kobe Bryant is, the relentless competitor, the never give up attitude. You mentioned some of the off-court things, the sense of humor. What is it about Kobe Bryant, Stephen A., that most people, frankly, don't know?
Well, I would tell you that, again, I use the word motivational because I think that a lot of times when people look at him and they take some of the words and some of the things that he spewed, they try to attach it to athletics, but he wasn't about that. He was about life. When I spoke at the University of Alabama for Nick Saban last year, Kobe had spoken prior to that, I think a year earlier than that. Anywhere he could go to inspire people to be the best that they can be, that was something that he wanted to do. He didn't want to just do it through his words, however. He wanted to continue to do it through his own work to show that basketball was just one element of what he was all about. It certainly didn't limit him in any way. He spoke several languages fluently, obviously Italian, Spanish, and of course English. I mean, this guy was highly, highly intellectual. He was a brilliant mind, and he was not shy about letting you know that he was brilliant because he never believed he was. He was on a mission to constantly elevate himself intellectually. That's just the temperament that he had. But he also wanted to be inspirational in that regard. I remember years ago when I had the show, quite frankly, on ESPN2, and people used to talk about me, interviewing people, and they used to bring up folks like Oprah and others. He used to say, damn all of that, not Oprah, Harpo. That was his mentality. Don't think about just being in front of the camera. Think about owning the product. Think about something bigger than what you're thinking about constantly. It's not just about being a reporter. It's about being an author. It's not just about being a basketball player. It's about being a champion. It's not just about being an artist. It's about being an Academy Award winner. These are all things that he had visions of, and it was consistent with who he was from the time that you knew him. Because coming into the NBA, one of the things that had turned others off about him initially, he came into the league talking about how he was going to be as great, if not greater, than Michael Jordan one day. And people used to look at him and say, this dude is off of his rocker. His chest is sticking out just a little bit too much. He needs perspective. And then sure enough, when you watched him work and you saw the commitment that he put in, you realized he wasn't playing. He was dead serious. He would win championships. He would take a week or two off and then show back up a week or two later and start working in the summertime at 5:30 in the morning. This is what he did religiously. When other people were taking vacations, he was studying. When other people were taking breaks, he was working out. That was his entire mentality about anything and everything. And if you were going to be around him and you talked about aspiring to do something, one of the biggest things he would question you about was the work that you were putting in. He would probe, he would interrogate, because he wanted to make sure that you were doing what you said that you wanted to do, that you were, if you were truly aspiring to go after what you were aspiring to go after, he wanted to judge what you were doing for yourself to see how seriously he could take that you really meant what you said about really, really going for it. That was his mentality all of the time. And he was that way with teammates. He was that way with executives. He was that way with league officials. He was that way with contemporaries. He certainly was that way with me, along with a bevy of other people that he called friends or called one of his boys or whatever the case may be. That was his mentality. And all of that shaped Black Mamba. The Mamba mentality. You either had to adjust to the program or you didn't want to be around him because he wasn't going to change, because he knew he was right and you were probably wrong if you were against him. Thanks for watching ESPN.
Yeah, nice one now. Boy, Stephen A. You see the singers, yeah? See the helicopter? And that's what I'm saying. He's been doing it for years. The helicopter. That's how he used to get around in the it's probably the same helicopter he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's unfortunate this one went down. I mean, we saw the footage. You know, I saw the footage of it. It's just devastating, man. It's just devastating.
Yeah, they were on the way to a basketball game, actually.
Yeah. See?
That's what the news just said. They were on the way to a basketball game.
Horrible, man. He been taking that thing over the thing, like, you know, they don't know what's actually what caused the thing, but they don't want to speculate. The guy is trying to control. I guess, like what you said now, I was saying he's trying to control it, but it's bigger. I know Los Angeles is where it's at, but it's the world news right now, and everyone wants to know what's going on. TMC gonna put whatever. It's just yeah.
Shaq left a nice deep message. You know, a lot of people send their condolences. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Bill Russell, Paul Pierce, who at one time, you know,
Did Michael Jordan say anything about this?
I'm not sure. I see Magic Johnson. I don't think Michael Jordan has social media and stuff.
No, I don't think he has social media either. And I think Michael's kind of private guy. I mean, Kobe's kind of private as well. Like that's what I said. I mentioned about Kobe. He done an interview with the Players Anthem. They used to call the Knuckleheads, right? Darius Miles and Q Rich. Is it Q Rich? Yeah, Q Rich, right?
Quinn Richardson, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, Kobe come on that shit. I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then Steve Nash came there. Yeah, like Kobe came there support, man. I was like, yo, Kobe's a cool dude, bro. Because you know what I'm saying? They just doing their podcast, and Kobe came down to the Lenny's thing. I mean, look, bro, that's the kind of guy he was, man. He'll just go out for his teammates, guys he used to play, and support their stuff now, you know what I mean? And like Stephen A. Smith, he known him for years. They were close. Kobe's one of them guys who were excellent. The Mamba mentality, you know what I mean? Trying to excellent, like when he's training, everything, you know what I mean? Excellence, you know what I mean? That's the standard. Like this, like, you know what I mean? It's heartbreaking, man. It just absolutely, because the thing is, his story never really, you know, he was just starting his story of what he could achieve, man. Outside the gate, outside. I know he was putting a lot of interest into his daughter, to see his daughter achieve her dream of being a great basketball player, female basketball player, like he was, right? But at the same time, anything he put his hand to, he looked like he could do anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Could do anything. It's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking. As the news comes in over, I mean, we're gonna give it to you updates as soon as possible. We're giving our takes. I mean, we only know Kobe really, really much as a basketball player, because that's as much as we know about Kobe, right? And we mentioned the is it the 82 point game? I mean, just putting 82 points in a basketball game, that's amazing, bro. and they were down as well. They were down most of the game as well. You know what I'm saying?
What game?
Yeah, it's funny though. I remember that game. It was against the Raptors 06. It was 80. It was 81 points actually. And he
they won. Yeah, they were losing, right? They were losing, and
they were losing, but it was like the low point of his career because he just got, he just
Shaq
overcame that.
Yeah,
when Shaq left and the team got disoriented, they were kind of in the rebuilding stages, and he was
yeah.
going through that rape case. It was like you have to think about that time. You had the whole public, media against him after that whole incident blew over, and it took him the 81-point game to revive his image and his profile, and it stopped from there. It took that game alone right there for people to come back to Kobe Bryant and say, oh, okay, Kobe is back. Kobe is a great guy all of a sudden just because he scored 81 points.
No, I think Dan, I think everyone had him agree, but I think what it is that in terms of where they ranked him in basketball, they was never gonna push like, man, I don't rate him Kobe that well as much as thing. But like people don't want to hear that. But now people know. Like people know who didn't know, now they know this guy, was the guy, man. Like they don't want to hear no bullshit. I want to hear no where they start ranking people. I want to hear no bullshit. Kobe there. Kobe's right
no
there.
No doubt, Kobe's as good as anybody who's played in the NBA, man. Ever.
Trust me, man. I don't hear no bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that. Like that, where I rank him, and I don't want to hear none of that no more, man. That's loose.
Kobe Bryant's a great player, man. Man wasn't afraid of no shot.
Nah.
Well, hey, gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here, man. I'm going to go ahead and take care of some business with my wife, man. Y'all rest up, man. Peace.
All right, man. Good looks, man.
Peace, brother. B. Marsh.
All right, man. Take it easy. Yeah, man. There's a lot of fans outside the Staples Center right now.
Yeah, I can imagine so, man. B. Marsh.
And I mean, and they said the Lakers playing the Clippers next game.
Yeah, just a Tuesday. You know what I mean? Hey, we're gonna cover that, B. Marsh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on it. Tuesday. Damn, I probably might have to miss basketball that night because I play ball in the gym on Tuesday nights.
It depends what time it comes on, though. It depends what time it's come on. You might be all right.
I'll probably be back because West Coast games start at 10:30 on the East Coast, 10:30 at night. I'll be back home by 9.
Yeah, you probably back.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back by then. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna cover that game, man. In tribute, you know what I'm saying?
No question. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover that game, man.
I'm gonna play, man, on Tuesday. Then I'm gonna come on, take a fresh, eat some dinner, and we're gonna watch that game, man. It's gonna be an emotional game out there in LA, man.
I mean, yeah, it's in LA, man. It's in LA, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For the rivals, what possibly, might be, a playoff matchup in the Western Conference.
Hey,
go ahead, Danny. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, couple of things. LeBron James was caught on tape crying about Kobe's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Friends, man. Yeah.
He looked up to Kobe. He calls him like his big brother.
Yeah. And another thing too, D-Style just put a video on. It just crossed my mind. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. just laughed at Kobe Bryant dying. That motherfucker's a piece of shit, man.
Which one? Chavez Jr.?
Yep.
Why would he laugh?
I don't know, man. I ain't trying to get into that. I don't trying to hear that. Like, thanks. I don't care about that stuff, like, because the guy's not really important, right? Right now, we're out here. We're just gonna pay tribute. I don't really. Like, anyone want to say anything negative? Like I said, I don't want to hear it right now. Like side eye them. I don't hear nothing. I don't really listen to it.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that. But again, LeBron is very shooken up about it. I think you guys should check out that video. Man. He's very devastated right now. So, all right, man. All right, y'all.
Peace out. Thanks, then.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah. I don't like see negative energy, D-Mar. I don't feed into it. I don't wanna, because the thing is, if you when you talk like this goes on, like dudes have a right to their opinion.
They have already blown, man. I'm not gonna let Chavez, whichever one, say some stupid shit.
I don't know. I couldn't confirm. It could be someone could be trolling. I don't know, but like, why would you put that out? Why would you even put that out there? I'm talking about D-Star. I know I like D-Stars, but why would you even report on that? Let someone else report on it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be the one, really and truly. And really and truly, I don't really care. I don't really care. Like right now, I'm just gonna pay tribute to the man, the life. Him and his daughter passed away. Right, we're still trying to deal with the cope, and I don't want to feed.
On their way to doing something that they both love. That's not just doing anything. They were on their way to a basketball game, which obviously the girl at that age, I'm sure she's infatuated with basketball. I remember that.
Yeah, she would impress her dad. She would impress her dad. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. So, like, I want to feed into in any angle of hate, you know, sort of appreciation, because you know the thing is that like into that energy, right? You can't. It gets unbalanced. Like I got no hate. Like this would have pure respect and love and admiration for what the man and obviously his daughter was trying to achieve and what the man stand for. So if anyone else was reporting that, let them report on that. But I'm not gonna be the one to feed into that energy. Not today, bro. Nah, not. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to your live stream and you had some trolls in your chat. And you was like, yo, what'd you say? Okay, I'm just you just remove the comment and you just carried on what you was talking about. That's how you do it, man. You ain't I haven't really got time to feed into energy. Everyone's came over here.
Gonna stop the show.
That's why they let Hamid over, cause Hamid there's different energy, bro. Like, you're not really a basketball guy, and I really and truly you could say something that could spark into something, and there's no point. See what I'm saying? That's why like I ain't got time. I mean, now it's not playing, bro. Like real talk. People are ready to go, you know. If you talk greasy, people are ready to just turn up on you, you know what I mean? And the thing is, and they'll turn up on you, and it won't be just for a short term. They'll be on it all day. Every time they see you, they'll turn up. So it's best just don't come over. Just don't come over, because like real talk, Kobe meant a lot to me, meant a lot to you, and to everyone who played the game. But just inspiring what the man was doing off the court, man. I love he was doing everything he touched him was turning to gold.
Even if I wasn't a Laker fan. I watched everything. I watched everything. I'm not a Laker fan. I didn't root for Kobe Bryant, but I was there. I remember those moments. You know, when a guy is really a polarizing character like Kobe, he gonna strike a nerve in you like that, where even if you don't like the guy, you know how great he is. And I've never been one to take no credit away from Kobe. I can't do that because he's given me a lot of joy. I remember when he would come from them court cases in Colorado. One night he came from Colorado back to LA, and he probably came in some kind of fast jet, or, you know what I mean? The game was going on. He came late, and the game was going on, and he got to play. And man, he lit up the Denver Nuggets that night, man. He lit them up. Fresh out of court. He took out his frustrations on them. And that's what it's about, you know. He's a player. A lot of people, including myself, have tried to take something off his game to make yourself better.
Yeah, make yourself better. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like when he first came in, him and Iverson was bringing that crossover. Kobe had his own crossover. Everyone used to have that street ball handles, bro. Kobe embraced that joint, bro. Kobe embraced that street ball handles. He was
at 6'6". At 6'6", there wasn't no guys that big doing them kind of Iverson handles. Yeah, and he was probably the first.
Yeah, and then he'll finish with a dunk, and then he started. Then he said, okay, all he can do is dunk. He can't shoot. And Kobe like, what, man? Listen, yo, bro, you don't know me, bro. Kobe came back next season. His J was ice, bro. Shell clutch as well. You know what I mean? Because I think when he missed the Western Conference, right? When he played against the Utah the first time, and he had this last shot of the game, and he missed. And after that never defined his career, bro. He's like, I remember Del Harris said, like, I'll let Kobe shoot that point anytime, any day. It was a good shot, and he's gonna be unbelievable in this league. And he that's what he turned into. One of the greatest players ever to grace the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? Los Angeles and the world is devastated. I can understand the policeman trying to control it, but like I said, TMZ is world media. Anything happens in America or the world, they're gonna report on it. And they're gonna get
That's what I first seen. What happened? It was from TMZ.
Yeah.
Apart from getting a text message, but to confirm for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I seen TMZ.
100%. Man. No, I mean.
Right, man. He inspired a lot of players after him, you know, a lot of players, they emulated his game, you know what I mean? And he's hard to duplicate. Another great moment of Kobe Bryant that I'll never forget, you know, in LA, every summer they got the Drew League. You know what I mean? That's like they street ball league.
Okay, really? I didn't know. All right.
They don't
Yeah.
play outside though. It ain't like DC, the Goodman League or Rocker Park where it's outdoors. They join us in a gym.
Mhm.
But a lot of great NBA players play in the Drew League in the summer. College players, street ball players. You know, at one time Kobe Bryant came to the Drew League. Ask Kobe Bryant while still playing in the NBA, and James Harden was there that night, and they battled, and Kobe lit James Harden up, and he hit the game winner in James Harden's face at 0-0 on the clock, in front of everybody, in front of the kids, in front of the community for free, and everybody just came and surrounded Kobe Bryant like he Jesus or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the kids didn't have to go to an NBA game. You know what I mean? Just get this. They seen that right there in their neighborhood, and Kobe Bryant came from wherever he came from in his rich mansion. He came to the Drew League, where the community and the people are, and he put on a show versus James Harden. You know what I mean? And that's stuff that, you know, that's stuff that I appreciate because I've been there. I've seen Kevin Durant at the Goodman League, 56 points. You know what I mean? I've never seen him playing. I've never seen LeBron James play in the NBA, but I've seen him in the Goodman League. You know what I'm saying? And just that feeling, those kids will never forget that, especially those kids who might have never got an opportunity to see him play in the States and in his Lakers jersey. You know what I mean?
100%, man. 100% B Marsh, man.
So that's something right there that I'll never forget, man. It was just amazing to me because I watched that video numerous times. When he hit the game winner, he stood there in the court, and on the court, everybody just surrounded him and just hugged him. You know what I mean? That man ain't no security. He wasn't scared. It was love. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Well, that's nice. You know, that's what Kobe was. I mean, that's what Kobe was about, man. You know what I'm saying? And he inspired the next generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
To me, actually, you're absolutely right because I'll probably say since Kobe Bryant been in the NBA, Los Angeles produces a lot of NBA players, and not just any. Some of the best players in the NBA right now, from Kawhi Leonard to Paul George to Russell Westbrook to James Harden, and all these guys have been influenced from watching Kobe and the Lakers growing up as kids. So you're right, he absolutely did influence a whole generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Los Angeles wasn't producing that, but I've been watching NBA since the late 80s. Like they have been in the Kobe Bryant era. You know what I'm saying? Look at Lonzo Ball, where he came from. He's a Los Angeles kid. I'm not saying he's as great as those other guys, but
also Kawhi Leonard and them guys there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, man. Kobe was born in 2006, man. That's crazy.
Who?
Kobe's daughter was born in 2006, isn't it? It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah, man. So Kobe Bryant is an influential player. I'm about to watch my Celtics. They about to play right now. They playing the Pelicans, man. The Zion show, man. You been watching the Zion show?
Oh, Zion.
Did you see the first game he played in the NBA?
Yeah, well, he started shooting. That's the when he started shooting.
Yeah, he ain't do nothing for like 3 quarters. Then the 4th quarter, that man scored 17 straight. 4 threes, a few dunks.
Yo, man. The Staples Centers. The Staples Center. No, it's just based. I think the LA Dodgers. I think they call it on the screen of the LA Dodgers right now. No,
Dodgers playing this winter time, man. Dodgers are not in season.
No, they got in a Pro Bowl game.
Pro Bowl, yeah. The NFL Pro Bowl just finished. I ain't watch the Pro Bowl.
Man. Good now, you still there?
Yeah. I had that mute for a little bit.
That's all right.
Yeah, man. Kobe Bryant influenced a lot of the newer generation players. DeMar DeRozan is a guy from Los Angeles. You know what I mean? A lot of some of the better players from Kawhi Leonard, Westbrook, Paul George. Watching
Kobe. I know they will grow up on Kobe, you know, because when you talk to Gilbert Arenas, that's all he cares about. Because I know Michael was
absolutely. He's from LA.
Yeah. He said Kobe. He said Kobe was bad. He said Kobe was bad, bro.
Quentin Richardson and D. Miles, these guys are from like Illinois and St. Louis. These are
Yeah,
people in the Midwest. They grew up watching Mike. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And they came to the NBA like 1999 and 2000. You know, Kobe wasn't who he was in 99, 2000. So they were influenced by Jordan. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hey, now I got a next one for you. I got Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is I'm gonna give you a link for that one in a sec.
Uh-huh.
I can give you a link for Doc because Doc is apparently this one's pretty hard, bro. I mean, Stephen A. Smith done a great tribute, man. I think both of them. This one's
Yeah, no, like I actually really did like what Stephen had to
yeah,
say.
like the thing is, I did understand. Yeah, like these are rich people. Like he must have been taking that helicopter for a minute, bro, because
No, of course. I mean, it's one of those things where he would take the helicopter to a lot of his games and stuff, you know, to avoid like traffic and things like that. You know,
yeah.
sometimes he would drive, but a lot of times he would get taken on the flight though.
Oh, this ain't Doc. This ain't Doc Rivers, you know. I don't, who's
Like
this guy?
I was reading some things like people were talking about like he considered it to be like, I don't know, more relaxing, I guess, for whatever reason.
Yeah. But you know, hey, listen.
Maybe it was one of those things where it's like, you know, he was able to kind of enjoy the view as he kind of went in, you know.
I mean, listen, bro. I'm sure, like, you know, you didn't really think that anything would happen to him if you know we get in there. If you had like over 100 thing, I'll put in the chat. Now, this ain't Doc Rivers.
What they doing? They doing like a kind of like a countdown, like over here in New Orleans for Kobe. They Celtics and Pelicans.
Yeah,
they did like a tribute for Kobe.
Well, I'm gonna watch that game. I'm gonna watch that game in a bit. But now, see that clip in there. Yeah, yeah. Now see that clip. Who this guy? Lloyd Pierce. Lloyd Pierce? He's the coach for Atlanta. He's asking to say a piece on Kobe. You see it there in the chat?
Hold on. Okay, yeah.
Play that right there. Let's hear that.
Oh, Lloyd Pierce, that coach for Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah. Let's play that joint. Let's yeah. B-Mark, put yourself on mute for a bit and let's hear this joint.
Well, forgive me for being emotional. I think that you guys don't know this. I'm not a high-low guy emotionally. I never have been. I'm part of it. In 98, I lost my cousin. He was a pilot in the Navy. Stationed in San Diego, Coronado. And it was a helicopter crash. You know, his widow comes to every game. She lives here in Atlanta. 2 sons. It was March 19th, 1998. My senior year of college. And I say that because I've, you know, talked to you guys, and I told you guys I did a breakfast club this year with our group. And I've never been able to talk about my cousin. And I talked to our guys in the breakfast club about that. And I just told the guys one thing I failed to mention is that to this day I still have a hard time looking at helicopters. There's just certain things you don't get over. Today's that day. I never had a personal relationship with Kobe. He's spoken to me a bunch of times, and he's always told me he respects me and he respects the work that I've done, and he's watched me from afar as a head coach and as an assistant. He said it to me in Philly. He said it to me in LA. And it's who Kobe is and what I know of Kobe. what I respect the most, you know, I grew up on the West Coast. I'm a Laker fan as a child, and have had to denounce being a Laker fan once you get into the profession. But I've always respected his greatness because of his detail and his passion and the intensity of which he plays.
Well, now,
nothing more than
yeah, lock this one. I got the one. Lock that one. I got the wrong one. Yeah, put this one in. Put this one in. That guy's that. I understand there, but like it was the Doc Rivers one I wanted to him, but I appreciate his take. But let me only hit Doc Rivers. Because that's the one I want to hear. There you go. Let's put it in the chat right.
Oh wait, hold on a second, EJ. We got more.
We got more what? Okay.
Is
Another
it
press
typical to
conference.
send 18? And I should clarify, it's not a total of 18 investigators. That includes our investigative staff. That's there's the investigative staff. There's board members. There are a couple from media relations. There's our family assistance team, and I think that covers it. But it's typical for any of our investigations. This does not change anything. This is just how we would respond to any investigation. Like, does this type of helicopter have a black box? That's something we'll have to look to as part of the investigation. We're still on our way there. So thank you very much.
That was a briefing from the NTSB, but we were just looking at it. Maybe we can bring it up.
They were showing, interestingly enough, they were actually showing the flight path. It looks like they actually took off from, I can't remember what the name of the airport is right there. There's an airport right by Huntington Beach, which is, that's like close by, what do you call it, Newport Beach, you know, Long Beach, etc. down there. And like they were flying up through Calabasas. So they were actually flying northbound. When it crashed, and they were just showing like the flight pattern of the helicopter. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly what they said there, but I can't rewind, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get back to Doc Rivers, okay?
Yeah, because I think with them they don't really got nothing really. Just trying to like just filibuster at this point. But they haven't really got.
Well, I mean, it looked like they were talking about specifically what was going on with, I guess, what led to the crash, as opposed to with the victims in particular.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, like with TMZ, like in terms of that's the main thing, like who died. We really we haven't got why it died, and that's what really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm you know that's definitely like, you know, if they're able to kind of figure that out, that'll be of interest. But until then, let me get back to Doc Rivers though.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just don't have a lot to say. The news is just devastating to everybody who know them a long time. And, you know, he means a lot to me, obviously. You know, he was such a great opponent, you know. It's what you want in sports. He had that DNA that very few athletes can ever have. You know, the Tiger Woods and the Michael Jordans. You know, it's funny. I was getting to know him more since he retired. You know, this is a tough one. I don't. I mean, we have to go play. I mean, the news is just so devastating for Vanessa and his family, and there's just so many people he touched, you know. And you know, it's looking at my young players and seeing how emotional they are. They didn't even know him, you know, and it just tells you how far his reach was. So And this is just shocking news for all of us. And sorry, I don't have a lot to say. I just can't. I have to go talk to a team before a game and tell them to play a game.
What was your last interaction with Kobe like?
That was great. We were at a function 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we sat and talked for probably 45 minutes. You know, we always like to reminisce. We would always laugh at our versions of our losses. You know, when we beat them in 2008, he had his version, and when they beat us in 2010, I had my version, and we would laugh at how different we looked at the games. You know, this is a great loss for the league, and I thought he had so much more left to do. You know, and he was starting to do it. Never seen him happier. You know, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm lucky that I was part. You know, I'm lucky that I, you know, got to coach and compete, you know, against him, and you know, and I feel for so many people. I mean, it's obviously his family. You know, I can't imagine. You know, Lou played with him. Ty Lue played with him. Cliff coached with him. Kawhi was very, very close with him, and so was Paul George. And he meant a lot of good for our league, and especially the competitive part of our league. So, you know, sometimes things don't make sense, you know, and there's times you should feel, you know, you just feel sad, you know, and this is one of them, and you know, you have to get through it. We all will. We all have to be strong. You know, we laughed and joked about the Mamba mentality. You know, we're all going to need it right now. You know, and there's nobody. I think everybody right now is a Laker fan. You know, we're all Lakers today. You feel for that community, for Jeannie and everyone else. I think people think because you compete against people sometimes that you don't have a relationship with them and you don't like, and it's probably the exact opposite. I think sometimes the more you compete, the more respect you have for the opponent. You know, I would say that's the way I felt with Kobe, and so that's all. I just don't have a lot to say.
That's it.
Yeah. I got that from Blogger that sent it to me.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man. They're showing. I'm watching the local news right now. They're showing everybody outside the Staples Center. A huge mass of people, man. Tons of people outside there.
Blogger, you want to say something? Yo, UK Blogger. He's off mute, but yeah, and I thought you want to say something. Yeah, I can understand, man. Like I said to you, it's just you know, as we speak here right now, like it's just you know, it starts dawning on us, like it's devastating, man. Like I was just looking at the whole thing with his family, and it's like 2 of them are passed now, and like he's only left with his wife.
Oh, you got Snoop Dogg.
Basketball court that's got all the greats on the wall, but there was a wall dedicated to Kobe and a wall dedicated to Shaq because those guys meant so much after the Magic Johnson, Kareem Showtime era. They, you know, revitalized and kept the spirit in the city of Los Angeles connected. They brought all regions and all worlds together. They brought Latinos, Asians, Blacks, all walks of life together from winning, from playing basketball. Whenever you would go to a Laker game, you would find fans that were from different origins of the world, different races, different religions, but we all came together for one cause to celebrate Kobe Bryant and the Lakers.
Yeah. Snoop, I've never gotten a chance to talk with you. Christine has many times. I want to thank you on behalf of Los Angeles for all the joy you've brought to so many of us. Kobe, another figure who's brought in so much joy to the Southern California community. One thing I really respect about you is your extraordinary work ethic over so many years to outwork people in so many different fields. Can you talk about Kobe's work ethic as a basketball player and sort of the lessons that you learned from watching him up close?
Well, one thing I learned from Kobe was that as time went on, he got greater. And that's one thing, and I wanted to resemble my game similar to his as far as getting great with time, like fine wine, and just find ways to reinvent myself and to become great. And that's what Kobe always did on the basketball court. He developed a better shot when he was working with Hakeem Olajuwon. He developed, different ways to communicate with the players and become the full-on leader, and, developed a way to become a businessman off the court when he finished his career, to connect with the kids and to create things that were, ignited by the kids in the future. And then to be a great role model in basketball for girls and boys, and to open up his Mamba Academy, and just to be a great father to his kids and to be a coach to his daughter. When you're coaching your kids, man, that's a very special moment, because you're really giving them all you got, because you see something special in them. And for you to dedicate your time to being a coach, somebody on his status, that just shows how much love and dedication that he got for his family.
And you being a football coach yourself, but Snoop, I'm thinking you and I were at the Nipsey Hussle funeral. You spoke on stage. You and I talked by phone before you went. I remember how heartbroken you were for that service. Can you believe we are going to have to remember another great? Can you believe we're here again?
I mean, that's the sad part about everything, but it's all God's plan. We don't never question God, and we know that Kobe lived a brilliant life when he was here. He left so much for us to continue his legacy and to be there for his family, for his daughters and his wife. And so that way we can continue the legacy and speak and bring his name to the forefront as being one of the greatest to ever do it. I'm sure they're going to put a statue at the Staples Center. I suggest that they change the logo to the NBA to Kobe Bryant.
Well, of course, the man who's in the logo of the NBA right now is Jerry West, who brought Kobe Bryant to the Lakers. He was the guy who traded for him back in 1996 with Vlade Divac to bring Kobe Bryant to the Lakers, showing sort of the legacy of all the different generations that Kobe has inspired over the years. What do you think, Snoop, that everybody can learn from Kobe, and not only that, but his sort of impact on young African-American males, and in the way that he prioritized fatherhood, in the way that he prioritized his community? What do you think are the sort of the key things that our community can learn from Kobe?
I mean, just to come from the bottom and rise to the top by being excellent and continuing to be you the whole way through. Kobe Bryant remained himself at all times. He never wavered from who he was from the beginning of his time in LA to the end of his time in LA. He was always who he was, and we loved and respect him for it. We consider him a part of LA. We consider him a part of our culture, our childhood, our everything. Not my childhood, but my kids. You know what I'm saying? My kids grew up to Kobe, and I was a young rapper around the same time he came to LA. So we all grew together, and we all vast in the same, harmony as far as bringing LA together. And I mean, he's just going to be remembered for all of the great things that he did. A lot of basketball players really looked up to him. A lot of entertainers looked up to him. He meant so much to so many people, and I'm just so sad for his family right now. And I'm sending a lot of prayers and a lot of love to his daughters and his beautiful wife.
I'm thinking, Snoop, at the Nipsey service, you were one of the people who spoke and uplifted this city, helped bring this city together. You even talked about at that service commenting on Nipsey's mother and thanked the mother for telling us how to feel, how to react, how to move on, how to process that. What would you say to all the fans out there in Los Angeles and beyond who are grieving right now, who are processing this tragedy? How do we move beyond this? What's the takeaway here?
See, that's the part that I'm struggling with right now, Christine. I mean, I feel like talking to you guys is a great way to vent and to, speak my mind and speak on the great things that he did. And I think that they're doing that right now at the Staples Center. I'm out of town right now, but I'm watching the news, and I'm seeing a bunch of people gathering at the Staples Center, shedding tears, spreading love, and just, remembering Kobe. So that's what we got to do. We got to come together as one, because that's what Kobe was about. He was about unity, about family, and that's what we got to represent. And I just feel like we'll take it one day at a time, but it's just so hard to process. I'm thinking this is a dream, and I really don't want to wake up.
Yeah. Well, let me leave you on this final note then, perhaps. You had given him a car? Do I have that right?
Yes.
Remind us of that moment.
Retirement. When he retired, I had a lowrider that I had called it Kobe. It was a car that I had made for him for the championship that he had won. I had all of the Laker greats on the hood of the car. And Chick Hearn, Michael Cooper, Kareem, Jamal Wilkes, Shaq, all of the players that played with him, and they all signed it. And I had the front like frame where it would never disappear. So I had it redone, and for his retirement, I wanted to give it to him because I felt like he meant so much to the city of Los Angeles, and I felt like a lowrider would represent Los Angeles. You know, with the Lakers logo all on the inside, championships, his name in there, and he flew in the helicopter to come see me, and he came to pick the car up, and we spent a day together, and it was a beautiful ride. Me and him had a beautiful conversation riding in the car, and I gave it to him, and he took it back home, and he has the car in his possession right now, and I'm just thankful that I was able to do that for the city of Los Angeles, to show him how much that we loved him and how much we appreciated him. And I know he understood that when I gave him the lowrider, that it was for the whole city of Los Angeles, not just me.
Yeah. Well, Snoop, I think there's so many people in Los Angeles who feel similarly about you. And the fact that you took time out of your day to share your thoughts and to help us all mourn means a lot to all of us. And thank you very much for calling in, and we're sorry for your loss.
Man, thank y'all. Y'all station has always been true to us and true to the culture, and always bringing it first and never doing us the wrong way, but giving us the right way. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And for everybody out there that's listening and paying attention to this, stay strong and keep the family in the prayers. Keep Vanessa and the kids in the prayers. They need it more than anybody right now.
All right, Snoop, thank you so much. I know you're out of town, so we'll let you go as we continue to watch what's happening outside the Staples Center. I want to give a shout out.
I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let me play this one. See if we can hear this one. I'm gonna play Kareem. I'm gonna turn this up. I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Let me see. I don't know if it's loud enough, but we play it. And
It's very difficult for me to put in words how I feel about the loss of Kobe Bryant. As a young boy, I met him when he was 11 or 12 years old.
Oh, yeah?
I was friends with his dad, Joe. We were former adversaries. Joe played for the
I thought we heard this one already.
I haven't heard it.
Oh.
It's hard for me to understand now how this is affecting Joe and his wife. So, to Kobe's family, I want to send my most sincere and heartfelt regrets and prayers. My thoughts are with you guys. Kobe was an incredible family man. He loved his wife and daughters. He was an incredible athlete and a leader in a lot of ways. He inspired a whole generation of young athletes. He was one of the first ones to leave high school and come into the NBA. Do so well, dominating the game, becoming one of the best scorers that the Los Angeles Lakers has ever seen.
Yes, right.
I had the privilege of being there when he scored his 81-point game, and it was something that I will always remember as one of the highlights of the things that I have learned and observed in sports. Kobe, my thoughts are with you. Absolutely. Rest in peace, young man. This loss it's just hard to comprehend. Go with God.
Yeah, that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tribute to Kobe Bryant, and we just heard Snoop Doggy Dogg that's there. Man, that's yeah. I don't know what to say now, man. Not really much to say at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Just gotta remember Kobe for a great man he was, great player. He gave us all, entertainment, you know what I mean? Inspired a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, man. As the news comes in, like obviously, like we're covering that, but I guess, boy, I'm probably gonna wrap this up right now, man, because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's, I mean, when I was found out, I was relaxing, chilling, and then I saw something on my WhatsApp, like, well, Kobe Bryant is dead in the helicopter. Like, shut up, man. I mean, fake, because you get fake reports, right? First thing I do, I go Twitter, and I start going, yo, what? You see it down. I said, nah, this is wrong, man. And like my second reaction was like, yo, I need to go live. I need to like talk to the people, bro. I need to talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? I need to talk to my guys. We ain't talked for a while because, like, we usually cover the big fight, the major fights. I ain't covering no Danny Garcia and I just looked at the opponents and I'm gonna wait for Wilder and Fury, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll catch the guys. And we ain't talk. Some of us ain't even talked for a while, but bruh, like in terms of my basketball guys and guys like now I lives in Los Angeles, like and Dan, it's like, yo, that's their community, man. You know what I mean? So I knew they gonna turn up.
They know the impact on the ground better than any of us could say. We just talking from a basketball perspective.
Yeah, basketball perspective.
Said he's part of the culture. You know what I mean? In LA.
Yeah, but that's what you need, like other people's perspective, and you just sit back and just listen, and that's where you have an overall opinion. Like everyone's saying, is that Kobe was just a great guy. It's just an unfortunate, unseen, unexpected accident. What happened? I mean, I hope it's an accident, you know, like I don't want to hear anything else other than that, you know, deliberately, like, you know what I mean? I don't know how a helicopter's flying and then all of a sudden it just tails down and crashes, you know.
They said Kobe Bryant ain't have a lot of friends in the NBA.
Well, he was a private guy, you know what I mean? He spoke how many languages, and really and truly, when you the thing is, B-Mars, when you're trying to be the best, you can't have that many friends, yeah.
True, indeed, absolutely. In any field of whatever you do, if you want to be the most successful, you can't have too many friends.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, right? In terms of boxing, if you look at boxing, right, the boxing person on YouTube, who's the most successful boxing, who gets the most views on boxing, single-minded person, like, and I'm not talking about a team like IFL, right? I would have said Ellie Satback, right? But I wouldn't say it now. In terms of what we do, right? There's some guys who are just very single-minded. They don't really talk to many people, and they're on what
like YouTube boxing.
Yeah, YouTube boxing. It's usually the most. It's usually the single-minded person. Usually the most person with the most single-mindedly and doesn't really interact with people. And people even like someone like, I know most people don't go over there to Wire, right? Or Hatman, you might say that, you know, maybe you might mention some people from LDBC, but usually to get to that top, to that number one, you have to be so single-mindedly focused to the point that like you basically outlast everyone. That's the thing about me, right? The whole thing, I didn't know I was gonna be on YouTube this long, but the whole thing to keep me honest, I don't really get involved. I try not to get involved in too many beefs and unnecessary arguments about stuff that's really petty, because I've seen the wars. I've seen the wars between Mayweather and Pacquiao, and now you've got the current wars between Joshua, AJ, and maybe you got Fury in there and stuff like that. You try and stay away from them stuff there that's gonna draw you into anything that's gonna make you a partisan. That if you go down with it, you go down with the ship, right? Yeah, if you're proven right, then great. But if you're not, you go down on the ship. So you try and stay away from that. You just continue doing what you love, and also like you revigorate yourself. Like you go on to you talk about other topics, but in terms of single-mindedly, for you to get in anything you need to be single-mindedly focused, and really and truly, in the basketball game, was a team sport. Kobe, even though it's a team sport, Kobe's like, yo, I don't care if it's a team sport. Give me the ball and let me run. Let me do my thing, bro. Let me do my thing. Go. 81 points. Yo, you know this guy's 81 points. And you know
about 60 in his 20th season in the last game of his career.
Yo, see, that's some serious. Yo, you know, driven you need to be. I remember when I had a game high. I put up like in a game, I think I put up like 4 threes, and then I had a couple of 2s, and I think I scored like 20 something points. And I was like, yo, I thought I was nice.
Yeah,
I thought it was nice. Yeah, and to be fair, it took a while to do that, right? And this guy's putting up 81, like, yo, but that's some NBA 2K, NBA Live, something like
numbers, those 4 threes, couple 2s, 20+ points. But the best players don't do it once in a while. They do it 4 times out of 5. You know what I mean? 4 times out of 5 games, they'll do that.
The second most highest score ever in the NBA, other than Wilt Chamberlain, that no one. But there's no TV footage, but there's
no television.
There's footage of Kobe doing his damn thing when they lose. You know what I'm saying?
They show it on NBA TV every summer. NBA Hall Classic. You know what I mean?
Yo, Kobe. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kobe have a blessed life. As long when he was living, his daughter, she had the most greatest life. You know what I mean? I know we can't really talk about her daughter because we don't really know his daughter. But like, you know what I mean? That's another story. And then obviously the whole thing with his wife and the rest of the kids. Yo, it's heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking. Man in his prime. Just you know, life. I'm telling you, like they said, life starts at 40 for most people if they're healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
in terms of like your development and your brain and how you focus on things. So you still can do certain things, but in your sporting career, oh boy, listen. Like I think when did Kobe stop playing? What was it? What year was that? What was that 2000 and what? 2000.
I want to say this is his third season out of basketball. So
It's not even that long then. It's not even 5. It's not even 5 years.
2015.
Yeah, because Lonzo Ball was a rookie with Kobe Bryant in his last season.
Real?
With Brandon.
Wow, man. That's like what 2015 now. Wow, that's not even that long, man.
Balls, I believe. What is this? Is this his fourth year or third?
Damn, that's not that long, man.
First year on New Orleans. It's his third season. He's been on LA for 2 years.
Who's that?
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, he was there for 2 seasons. Yeah, I think this is his third season, isn't it?
Yeah. Kobe retired in 2016. So 2015, 2016 was his last.
That ain't even that long, man. That's not even that long ago. So it'll be like 4 years, right? That's not long. It's not even that long ago, man. So, wow, man. He had a long career for real. What was it 90? Was it 97? 97, right? 97? 96, 97. Yeah, 96, 97 season. It's a long time, man. It's a long time.
Yeah, you know.
Was it 20 years?
20 years he played in the NBA. Kareem Abdul played 21 years.
20. Karl Malone played 20 as well, right? Karl Malone played 20.
I think 19.
Karl Malone played 19, and Karl Malone was durable, man. He could probably still play a couple more
seasons. He never got injured till he came to the Lakers and busted his knee up.
Yeah.
And he was done. He's never played basketball again.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good tributes too, man. What do you call it? Madison Square Garden put on the purple and gold lights.
Okay.
Tribute for him.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Another replay from earlier, the Raptors and the Spurs. They both took 24. They both took the time clock running out.
Yeah, Boston did that in New Orleans too for this game I'm watching. Versus South.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson said greatest Laker of all time is gone.
I was gonna mention that.
That's that's a bold statement, Magic is the greatest.
Kareem is the greatest Laker of all time, right? Kareem, isn't it?
No, I give it to Magic.
I mean, it's always debatable between like them, pretty much. It's like Kareem, Magic.
To me, it's only two people in that conversation. I think it's Magic and Kobe.
Why you put Kareem all the bucket? Kareem was doing his thing down there, bro.
Yeah, I give it to Magic, because Magic played his whole entire career on the Lakers. And when he got that HIV, he was on top of his game. Magic started peaking, getting better in his early 30s. You know what I mean? He was on top of his game. 5 championships in 9 attempts. He lost 4, but he won a title as a rookie. You know what I mean? Magic brought and also this. The Lakers never beat the Celtics ever in no finals till Magic Johnson came to the team. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. No, I'm just saying, like between the two of them, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Kobe Bryant to me is a close 1B. You know what I mean? 20 years with the same jersey. You know, 5 titles is same as Magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
it's sort of 12 years compared to Kobe's 20.
No, but the thing is, when it comes to numbers, I understand about that. But like the thing is, when it comes to this, I think people need to understand, right, is that all these players are great. Like, but when you start putting like there's hierarchy structure where there's one above this one, because really and truly, if they was to play each other 1-on-1 against Kareem in his prime, he bodies Magic. He bodies with MJ. You ain't beating Kareem. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I believe he'll beat Magic 1-on-1.
Yeah, but even in their prime, in a team concept, like Kareem changed the game and will change. What I'm saying is this, right? But what we do in this society, we kind of prop this guy up, but like Kobe, and I'm trying to say to kind of quell that stuff, right? They're all great, but like we kind of fall into this guy's better. That guy, like Magic saying that. In light, it's just giving the Kobe the props he deserves.
Sure,
now, and understandably, like the greatest Laker, whether we think that, whatever, Kobe's getting the props he deserves, and that's it, man. Because Magic's great, he's great, And that's that, man. You know what I'm saying? I say, and you know, that's all you can do at this moment. But end of the tributes are coming in pouring thick and fast, and all over the world, man. Kobe affected everyone. Everyone who loves basketball. Like I remember again, yeah, Michael Jordan and them guys, they took basketball global, right? So all like in every country, everyone who played basketball, David Stern, Michael Jordan, all them stuff, they took basketball globally. Kobe could in Kobe's era in the 90s when he came in the late 90s, whatever, late 90s into the 2000s. Bro, he's a standard bearer. Everyone knows who Kobe. People grew up with Kobe, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Yo, I remember the Lakers and the Celtics. The Lakers and the Celtics, yeah, finals for me was the one, bro. Like I remember, I know Kobe, Shaq, all them ones, but when it was the Celtics, yeah, versus Boston, that was lit because it, you know what I'm saying? The big three, that one was bad because that was a hard team. That Kobe overcome. Yeah, like I mean, did they have a made a world peace in that one? I'm not too sure. Made a world peace was there for
In
that.
the second one, the one Kobe beat the Celtics.
Yeah,
they had a world peace.
Yeah,
and to me that was a different.
Yeah, he was a different maker. He was. I'd like to know what he has to say.
Of all those battles he used to have with Paul Pierce and the Celtics, and they didn't like each other.
Yeah.
And not each other just like basketball. They'd go at it like they don't like each other.
But Kobe's one of them guys that he'll bring whoever he needs to do to get over the hump to get him where he needs to get. He didn't care. Bring in, as long as you go come work hard, that was it. He used to, you know what I'm saying, made a world peace, fit into the system. He wasn't as great as he used to be, but they told him, you ain't going to score like 30, 40. Yeah. You're going to stay down to like 20s and you're going to come off the bed. But we're going to win a championship. Like, we're going to win a championship.
Made a world peace. 20 points before he came to the Lakers. So he took a lesser role. He was a starter, but he was now the defensive specialist. A 3-and-D guy, which is important in NBA. A guy can hit threes and a strap up perimeter defender.
Made a world peace. Then he didn't say anything except fuck when he heard the news or whatever. But he put a photo of himself wearing Kobe's jersey.
See, there you go. That's what's up, man. Them them championship meant something, bro. For Kobe, he goes like, I had to do it to show that I was outside Shaq. Shadow, you did it, bro. You know what I mean? I remember it was there sitting to Shaq. He goes, like, I had to win. I wanted to win 3. You know what I mean? I just wanted one more. I went one more. You know what I'm saying? To say like, yeah, I'm on that MJ shit. I wanted one more. I was dying for it. I was breaking for it, but you know what I'm saying? It's hard to do, bro. Win the NBA championship is hard to do. How many games? 82 games in a season. Then you have a whole playoff, a whole new season against teams. Oh man, it's like, yo, listen, bro. The guy, listen. Oh man.
Oh, Zion Williams alley-oop off the inbound. They inbounded it.
Well, you know what? You know what? I'm a kind of I guess I'm gonna freaking tail this off though. But in closing, like, everyone gonna give their last tribute. I'm gonna say Kobe was the man, the guy. Hopefully, you know, these days now, I'll sit back and you look at Kobe and say, yo, you just encapsulate him, one of the greatest players ever to play the game. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, and your daughter and your family. Obviously, all praise to your family. That's all I gotta say at this moment. Now, you want to say a little closing words? Go ahead.
Just, you know, Kobe, like I said earlier, you know, Kobe was a big influence on myself, on friends of mine, on family of mine, on like just random people, random like passerbys, like, you know, that there might have been a game on at a given time or what have you. You know, we talk basketball. His influence on people on and off the court was massive. Immense, you know, for the city, for the county, for all of Southern California, you know. And you know, he's definitely going to be missed. He's definitely going to be dearly missed, and condolences to his family, you know, that he survived by. And you know, they're ultimately, it's going to hit them much harder than it hits any of us, because, you know, they were the ones that he was supposed to be in their lives personally for a full life, as opposed to one that got cut so short. So it's very unfortunate, and, you know, it's very, very sad news. And, you know, just rest in peace to him, rest in peace to his daughter Gigi, and you know, just that's all you can say.
Go ahead, B-Marsh.
Absolutely, man. Great tribute, Nelja, man. I know it hit home, close to home over there in the Los Angeles area, you know. But, you know, me being a fan of basketball, it's very shocking and saddening, you know what I mean, for Kobe Bryant to pass away on this Sunday, on the 26th of January. But he'll be forever missed, and he'll forever be in my memory. You know what I mean? I've watched the guy from all his playoff battles. I didn't miss none of them. Watched him since day one, and whether I rooted for him or not, he was a guy who I knew was a killer. And I respected his nickname because his nickname come from my country, from Kenya. The black mamba is a snake which kills people. You know what I mean? It's a dangerous snake, and mamba means snake in Swahili. So he got that from from East Africa, and he fits the profile. He's a killer on the court, and if there was anything I wanted to be like Kobe Bryant, I always wanted that killer instinct mentality. You know what I mean? And I'm damn sure ain't no Kobe, but I strive to be as far as killer instincts. You know what I mean? I love those type of players. The Larry Birds, Michael Jordan's, Kobe Bryant's, guys who want the rock in the last 10 seconds. The whole world knows it, and they're going to do the damn thing. So RIP to Kobe Bryant and his young daughter, Gigi, going to do something that they both love, a basketball game, and he'll be forever missed.
100%, man. Great. Thanks for the tribute, guys. And you guys in the chat, man, you keep reporting your comments out, and then, you know what I mean, share how you feel, and that's what we can say at this point, man. So I'm EJ Boxing live from thanks for Now TV and B Mouse Boxing. We'll catch you next one. Peace.
Peace.